Welcome back to Campbell Field as the captains are at midfield with the coin toss. We apologize for some of the issues that we've had with the technical difficulties, maybe the hurricane wreaking havoc or what. But
yes.
Hazard won the toss, and they did elect to receive. But you were talking, JB, before we went off the air about the Hazard receiver, Johnson.
Exactly. I mean, Gavin Johnson, one of the best receivers in the state. I mean, draws double teams. You mentioned the stats earlier, 37 catches, 618 yards, and 4 touchdowns. So you definitely got to know if you're the Hounds defensive backs who have created 6 interceptions. So the defense for the Hounds always plays well, always knows how to find those loose balls. But no doubt about it, for the Bulldogs, you've got to know where Gavin Johnson is on the football field every single offensive play. Of course, Max Pelfrey, the quarterback for the Bulldogs, going to be looking for number 14, Gavin Johnson.
Corbin takes the field here down to our left. Crowd maybe not as large as we've seen.
Yes.
The weather definitely having something to do with that, keeping folks at home. So if you're at home listening to us in the dry and in the safe, we appreciate you joining us here on T1073. And it should be a really good night of football. These are two really good teams, well coached on both ends, and I'm just really anxious to see how well Corbin responds after that first loss. We see them become more physical.
Yes.
What are you looking for?
Well, you're exactly right. I mean, we talked about that as well. I mean, the Hounds had 40 regular season wins until last Friday night. So, man, it is going to be an awesome opportunity. I mean, I know that Coach Sam has got his football team ready. He stressed the importance of being physical. And you hate to lose a football game, but kind of gives you a little bit of ammo there to fire at your football team and say, hey, maybe we're not as good as we think we are. So the Hounds, I think, line up with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, ready to come out and start that winning streak again.
Yeah, absolutely. Noah Sama will tee it up here on the 40-yard line as the Red Hounds in the red jerseys with the white numerals, Red Hounds on the back, Corbin on the front, gray pants with the red and white stripe down the side, silver helmets with the iconic C. Hazard comes in with the gold helmets with the blue H, block lettered H on the side. White jerseys with the gold numerals and navy blue pants.
Yeah, and again, you talk about, in special teams, I give the edge to the Hounds tonight. Again, if you've got Noah Sama kicking the football for you, 19 of 19 with point after field points there, and then you get the touchback. So Noah Sama been doing a great job setting up the Hounds defense right here. So look for maybe even another touchback to set the tone for this football game.
Sama will be kicking from right to left. Ball on the near hash. And we're underway from Campbell Field. End over end kick.
There we go.
Angles to the back end of the end zone. And Hazard will have the touchback and we'll come back to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, not hard to call right there. Of course, especially if Noah Asama's kicking into the wind right here, he's going to get that touchback. And, again, just another huge weapon in special teams for the Hounds as the defense get ready to go and kind of get things started in this football game.
Yeah, that thing went to the back edge of the end zone for Noah Asama. Shotgun formation here. You've got 4 receivers to the left side for Hazard. Empty backfield. Pelfrey sets up the wide receiver screen, gets it to Johnson, gets away from one tackle across the 25, the 30, far sideline, and knocked out of bounds at the 38-yard line. So about an 18-yard gain right off the play of the wide receiver screen to Johnson, who you was just talking about.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they just throw a little rocket screen out there to the left side, and we had a defender right there, didn't get the number, but Griffin Bates comes up, makes that hit. But you're right, you got to know where Gavin Johnson is every time, every play, on offense for the Bulldogs.
So mark it at the Hazard 37. Ball on the far hash. Bulldogs moving from left to right. There's the snap. Pelfrey again. Now complete here to the near side.
There we go.
Corbin tackles him at the 36-yard line. That was White on the reception for Hazard, and that time Corbin did a much better job of containing.
Really good job right there, and it's always good to see. We talk about the linebackers, we talk about the defense. Number 50, Max Farmer, ended up finishing the runner right there off in that little screen to the right. So really good hustle. If your defensive tackle can make a play on the numbers, you know you're doing things well on defense.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 from their own 37 for the Bulldogs. Shotgun snap for Pelfrey. And he'll pitch
there
to
we go.
Blankenship to the near side. He'll be tackled at the 37-yard line. Late flag comes in at the end of the play. And we'll see as the officials will sort this out. But
right there, leading tackler on the season for the Hounds, number 28, Jonah Mahan coming in there, and then number 55, Miles Marlowe. So, wow. Not sure what the flag was, waiting for the call right here. Looked like a really good defensive play. You talked about the Bulldogs having that tight trip set and then just ran a toss right there to the right side. But, man, unfortunately for the Hounds, a flag.
I'm going to guess, and I didn't see the call either. I'm going to guess about I was thinking maybe an intentional or unintentional face mask there, 5 yards, but
exactly.
The penalty is 6 yards. So 2nd and 4 coming up for Hazard. And through the hands of Holbrook as Pelfrey was rolling to his left, had Holbrook there in the flat on the far side, went through his hands, incomplete, and now will bring up 3rd and 4 for Hazard from their own 43.
Number 49, Caleb Shepard, number 8, Nashawn Brooks out in the coverage there, but just kind of went, like you said, went through the hands, so the Hounds get this 3rd down opportunity to get off the field right here.
3 wide receivers here to the near side, which is the short side of the field. 1 wide receiver to the left. Pelfrey looking that way and going deep. And it's going to be incomplete. Great coverage by Person, stride for stride with a Hazard receiver.
Yeah, exactly, and I think it's number 14 again, Gavin Johnson out there. And, you get a one-on-one. Of course, the Bulldogs going to fire the football down the field, but you're exactly right. Trey Person, we talked about testing the Hounds' defensive backs. Trey Person answers a bell right there and does a great job on Gavin Johnson.
Creekmore will be back deep for Corbin, and the punt is away. It's not a very good punt at all. It's going to come here to the visitor side of the bleachers, hit the first row, and go out of bounds, and we'll see where they'll end up marking this. And Corbin's going to get great field position here as the sideline judge walks up to the 43-yard line of Corbin.
Yeah, just a good job right there. The Hounds defense gets off the field on 3rd down, forces the punt, and it's almost really a kind of a shank punt right there. So anytime you can start your first possession of a football game on the 43-yard line, you're doing things well. Look for the Hounds to kind of take advantage of this field position right here.
Elam will get his first hands of the football here. 10:43 in the first quarter, no score. Opening drive here for the Red Hounds, and we'll swing it out to Person at the 40, gets a block at the 45.
There he goes.
Still on his feet and knocked out of bounds at the Hazard 48-yard line. Going to be very close to a first down for the Red Hounds.
Yeah, really good blocking out there. Just a kind of almost a little bit of a screen top play right there. Looked like number 23, Eli Petrosky. You got to talk about the guys out in space doing a good job in blocking. And Trey Person makes a good cut and, picks up a really, really good gain on first down for the Hounds.
Just the 3rd catch for Person this season. Shotgun formation, 2nd and 1 for the Red Hounds from the Hazard 48. They'll send Person in motion from right to left. Elam takes the snap, plenty of time, looking to the far sideline, complete at the 35-yard line, and will take about 3 Hazard defenders with him to the 30. And that was Noah Sama on the catch and dragging, showing that strength of dragging about 3 Hazard Bulldogs with him. It's a first down for the Red Hounds.
Yeah, doing a good job there. And to me, what that does, Jason, is, Noah Sama can take the top off the defense, so they've got to play him deep. So what's he do? He runs a little comeback out there, and, where that corner's playing off, makes a really good catch in space and move the chains for the Hounds.
Ball on the far hash for Corbin. As they're moving from right to left from the Hazard 30. Play action out of the shotgun.
Wow.
And there was the pass incomplete, trying to find Noah Sama coming across the middle of the field. and pass a little high, and Sama did get his hands on it. Those two usually connect on that.
That's right, and what I'm noticing right here, too, we talked about the running game, but my goodness, the Hounds coming out here and just throwing the football. So, a little bit of different approach than we expected. We expected the Hounds to come out and establish the run game, but my goodness, they're throwing the football all around Campbell Field.
Petrosky and Creekmore, the two receivers to the near side. Elam looking that way. Now he'll go back across the middle looking for Petrosky, and he'll fall incomplete, and now it's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Red Hounds from from the Hazard 30-yard line.
Yeah, and we talked about, of course, all season long, Eli Petrosky being that big target across the middle and just unable to connect from Cade Elam to Eli Petrosky. But Eli Petrosky doing a great job on the season. You look at his stats, 10 catches, 177 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Eli Petrosky knows how to catch the football and knows how to get north and south and get into the end zone, that's for sure.
Big 3rd down conversion coming up here for the Red Hounds from the Hazard 30. Ball on the far hash. Red Hounds moving from right to left. Hazard showing some blitz. Corbin picks it up, looking for Sama in the end zone. Bobbles it, comes up with it. Touchdown, Red Hounds.
Wow, just a great play right there. You get the one-on-one matchup on the left side, and of course you got number 2, Noah Sama. Again, he knows how to put his foot on the gas pedal and get down the numbers. Just kind of for a vertical route. And then of course quarterback Cade Elam makes a great throw, puts a little air under the ball, if you will. And I'm telling you, Noah Sama, Cade Elam connect right there. Just a perfect play. Good protection up front as well by the Hounds offensive line.
And Sama will boot it through the uprights, and Corbin scores on their opening drive in the first quarter. 9:27 left here in the first, and Corbin with their early 7-0 advantage. This is Red Hound football on T1073.
Ever heard the phrase big enough to serve you, small enough to know you? It's true at Hometown Bank. From the easy-to-use mobile app to online banking and even bill pay, Hometown Bank has everything you need to make banking easier. Whether you need to make a mobile deposit or would rather stop in and see a friendly, smiling face in person, Hometown Bank is here and ready to help. Stop in and find out how easy working with a Hometown Bank can be. Visit the Hometown Bank nearest you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Corbin on top, 7-0. 3rd and 10.
Yes.
They needed the first down conversion, and instead they decided to go for all of it. And Sama, we talked about it in the pregame.
Yes.
Did Hazard have anybody that could match up with his speed? And right there, he just kind of outran everybody to the football.
He sure did. How do you not find Noah Sama on 3rd and 10 right there and drop a safety over top? But I'll tell you, Cade Elam gets a one-on-one, and, man, Noah Sama gets the house call right there.
Holbrook and Johnson back deep for the Bulldogs, and this one's going to be end over end and force Johnson to take it at the 12. Comes across the 20, at the 25, and knocked down at the 27-yard line.
Big hit right there. Looked like number 28, Jonah Mahan, kind of leading the way right there. And a lot of the Hounds in there as well. Griffin Bates hustling down to make that hit. So a good job. Good kick, kind of hung in the air like you said, Jason. And really, again, the Hounds defense set up for success right here against the Hazard Bulldogs.
Well, 7-play drive for Corbin. They took advantage of the short field and got their points on the board, and now they're back on defense now, trying to show that they're that physicality.
Yes.
I think we've talked about it already, and I think we've watched it a couple of times here on defense and then here on special teams.
Yeah, I think so. And again, we saw the Hounds come out offensively and just throw the football. So look for the ground game to come right here, maybe in that next possession.
Pelfrey takes the shotgun snap, hands off to Blankenship. Off right tackle, finds his way out to about the 29-yard line. That'll be a gain of 2, and we'll call it 2nd and 8. Maybe they'll mark it at the 30, but we'll see. It's going to be marked at the 20, just short of the 30-yard line. So we'll call it 2nd and 7, gain of 3 on the play.
Yeah, I think so. Silas Mahan, Griffin Bates leading the way right there at linebacker. Again, those linebackers making good hits. Griffin Bates sitting right in the middle of the Red Hound defense.
3 wide outs to the left, the wide side of the field for the Hazard Bulldogs. They're moving from left to right. Empty backfield, shotgun snap, looking here to the near side. And
there we
go. That is complete to White. He is spun down. And Brooks was right there to limit that gain. Just a little quick pass, and it's going to bring up Another third down conversion opportunity for Hazard. 3rd and 3 here from their own 34.
Yeah, and Nashawn Brooks, like you said, did a great job in space. I mean, you get those receivers, they can, make some moves, but Nashawn Brooks comes up, breaks down, makes a good tackle in space for the Red Hounds right here defensively on 3rd down.
Gavin Johnson lines up as the wide receiver to the left. Person's on him man-to-man. Keep an eye on that matchup here. 3rd and 3. Here comes the pressure, and they pick it up, get it to Johnson in the middle of the field at the 40. He'll turn upfield, get to the 45, maybe the 46-yard line of Hazard, and the Bulldogs convert on 3rd and 3.
Yeah, the Hounds brought Tatum Cox off the edge and really applied good pressure on that blitz. But I tell you what, Max Pelfrey stands in, and Trey Person comes up to make the hit. But, the Bulldogs have a good play right there and move the chains against the Hounds.
Pelfrey, number 8 in the state in passing stats of all classes.
That's right.
2 wide outs to the left, 1 wide out to the right. There's the give to Blankenship. Jitterbugging his way across the 50 to the Corbin 49. And that'll be a gain of 5 on 1st down for Hazard, and it'll bring up 2nd and 5 for the Bulldogs.
Tatum Cox, number 25, and number 50, Max Farmer in on that hit. But, anytime you start the 1st down and you get 5 or 6 yards for Blankenship, and we've talked about it, Blankenship, a really good runner. The offensive line for the Bulldogs really big up front. So the Hounds, again, going to have to play physical, going to have to match the Bulldogs on offense right here.
Wishbone set this time for the Bulldogs, and they'll give to, I believe that might have been Johnson.
There we
carry.
go.
And he will get maybe a yard.
I think
Mahan on the tackle for the Red Hounds.
I think number 76 in there, Jace Hatfield, working hard. And you're right, you don't see that formation a lot anymore. But, the Bulldogs line up in a 3-back set and say, stop us if you can. And big number 76 for the Hounds, D-tackle Jace Hatfield, answers the bell right there to force the 3rd down for the Hazard Bulldogs.
6:30 to go here in the first quarter. Corbin leads 7-0. This is the 2nd offensive series for the Bulldogs. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right here. Now they'll send a guy in motion from right to left, fake the handoff, looking to the far side. It's Johnson. He goes upstairs to catch it and going to be very close to the 1st down. I believe he's got it. It's going to be at the 43-yard line of Corbin. So
look,
another 3rd down conversion for this Hazard Bulldog team.
And 3 guys right there, Trey Person, Silas Mahan, Griffin Bates, all in the area of Gavin Johnson. So, the Hounds definitely, the defense for the Hounds knows who number 14 is right there, Gavin Johnson.
Clock rolling here. Stopped with as he was knocked out of bounds. Now they're resetting the clock. And they're going to set it at 6:01, 5:59, 5:55.
Yes.
And now it's got some issues here right now, I think. Maybe with one of the players. Looks like that's Salmon's coming out. I don't know if he's got some kind of issue with his equipment. Maybe his helmet came off on the previous play, but he's going to have to sit out for 1 play. 5:47 and counting here in the first quarter. There's the give to Blankenship. Big hole. Across the 40, the 35, and gets down to the 34-yard line. So now Hazard starting to get a little rhythm and tempo to their offense and having success running the football.
Yeah, it starts up front. You got to get Memphis Blankenship's, hit behind the chains. We saw Noah Simon come in there and make that hit. And, you get the Bulldogs behind the chains, and that allows your defense to kind of play it a little bit and lock in on Gavin Johnson. But the Hounds, number 1, they've got to stop the run right here, especially on that 1st down.
Gain on 8 on the 1st down run brings up 2nd and 2 for the Bulldogs. Ball on the far hash, moving from left to right. 3 wide receivers bunched here to the near side, but
there we go
to Blankenship, and Blankenship knocked down at around the 27-yard line.
Look like again,
the 32.
Griffin Bates in on that hit. I saw the Hounds bring up an edge blitzer right there, trying to get the number, but really starting to try to dial in. If you got to bring up pressure, if you got to bring something to stop the run, you got to get those guys stopped.
3rd and 1, and they'll give it to number 7, Pelfrey, who will just keep it himself.
Yes.
And he gets across the 30 down to the 29-yard line, and another 1st down for the Bulldogs.
And another hit for Griffin Bates. But, again, you're right. Just, hitting it right up in there really quick. And, the Hounds going to see a lot of that next week against Johnson Central. So, going to have to get this run stopped tonight against the Hazard Bulldogs.
Actually, they have brought in a new quarterback. And They have moved Pelfrey to the wishbone as a running back. And then you've got, looks like Shoptal, number 18, is quarterback under center right now. So the Bulldogs finding some success running the football. Looks like they're going to the well again. This time they'll pitch it to Johnson. Johnson finds a hole, cuts upfield, gets down to maybe the 26-yard line. That'll be a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Number 28, Jonah Mahan, in on the hit right there. The Hounds tackling leader, but you're right. I mean, Jason, you've got to line up. You've got to stop this run. You know, the Memphis Bulldogs, the Hazard Bulldogs are lining up and saying stop it if you can. And I'm telling you what, the Hounds going to have to man up right here and make a play.
Under 4 minutes in this first quarter. Corbin leading 7-0, but the Bulldogs threatening here. They'll give to Johnson again off left side. Brought down around the 22-yard line. Maybe a gain of 4 on the play. It's going to bring up another 3rd and manageable for the Bulldogs. Looks like maybe 3rd and 3 coming up.
Yeah, and Griffin Bates again on that hit. But, again, the 3-back set, the tight end, maybe a split on that left side. But Bulldogs really, really playing old school football right here against the Hounds. And, again, Coach Guy around defensive coordinator for the Hounds, bringing run blitzes right here to get the Bulldogs stopped.
3rd and 4 coming up for the Red Hounds from the Red Hound 23. Ball on the far hash. Hazard moving from left to right. Shotgun snap. Pelfrey. Play action. Rolling here to the near side. Now he's going to throw across the middle of the field, and it is complete. What a nice catch there by Wells, and a big hit by Mahan. Or excuse me, I believe that was Jonah Mahan on the hit. Give Wells credit.
Yes.
Hangs on to the football, and it'll be 1st and goal for Hazard from the 4.
And that's what that does. If you can establish that run, if you can pound the football a little bit, it opens up a lot of doors. It opens up a lot of windows, and definitely the Bulldogs taking advantage of that.
Wishbone set, and they'll give to Pelfrey.
There we
on
go.
the left side, and he is met by Griffin Bates there in the hole and been slammed him down to the ground. It'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 4, no gain.
Yeah, big hit right there by number 10, Griffin Bates, and good to see. I mean, again, that run first mentality, and it's good to see the Hounds are getting challenged right here. So, Coach Salmons wants the Hounds to be tough up front. They're going to have to answer the bell right here.
Wishbone set again for the Bulldogs, and this time they'll pitch Blankenship. Blankenship will be cut down at about the 5-yard line. So good job by the defense on pursuit there, and they'll cause the Bulldogs for a 1-yard loss. It's 3rd and 5 now.
Yeah, and I love
it. 3rd and goal from the 5.
And I love it. Griffin Bates again on the hit, and number 25, Tatum Cox. So those guys really kind of tag teaming, if you will, to stop that little toss play out of the 3-back set. Again, big, huge play for the Red Hound defense right here near the goal line.
Under the 2-minute mark now here in the first quarter. Corbin leading 7-0, but the Bulldogs have it 3rd and goal from the 5. Shotgun snap coming up for Pelfrey. Rolling to his left. Has it complete, and fighting for the end zone, gets in. They'll say Holbrook with the catch, and he fought his way in for an extra yard to get in the end zone. And the Bulldogs pull within 1.
Yeah, made the hit on the outside there about the 1-yard line, and I thought the Hounds were going to keep him out of the end zone, but give credit right there. The Bulldog receiver just, kind of bulls his way in there. So the Hounds, Bulldogs offense with a big drive, so Hounds defense going to have to dial it in on that next defensive possession.
And now the Bulldogs will go for 2. Here, shotgun snap coming up. Empty backfield for Pelfrey. 3 wide receivers here, bunched to the near side. And here comes Pelfrey trying to turn the corner, and he does. Gets into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And Hazard takes a 1-point lead over Corbin.
Anytime you've got that quarterback running the football, it provides that extra blocker, and the Bulldogs take advantage right there and get the touchdown.
1:39 left in the first, and it's Hazard on top of Corbin, 8-7. This is Red Hound football on T1073.
Need auto repairs? Then you need Owens Auto Repair. Owens offers a wide variety of parts and services. You'll find all the top name brand batteries and tires to a full line of truck and auto parts. Utility beds, Sherman-Williams auto paint, weather guard toolboxes, custom-made hydraulic hoses, and yes, service work for cars, trucks, and RVs. Whether it's auto repairs or just a battery or new tires, Owens Auto Repair has you covered. Owens Auto Repair, serving you for more than half a century. Located just down from Corbin High School on Cumberland Falls Highway in Corbin.
Hazard puts together an impressive drive that started back at their own 30-yard line, and they take about 8 minutes off the clock, and it ends up with a 5-yard touchdown pass from Pelfrey to Holbrook, and then Pelfrey adds the 2-point conversion, and the Bulldogs on top of the Hounds here 8-7. Here's the kick, and it's going to be a short kick and a fair catch called by Person, as I believe the Bulldogs tried to catch maybe the Hounds sleeping there. Maybe they were looking at trying to get an offside kick, but the Red Hounds will have pretty good field position here, starting from, looks like their own 37, I call it their own 38.
Yeah, and we saw, the Hounds score, and then what would the Bulldogs do? They responded and had the huge drive right there. So the Hounds, again, offense going to respond, maybe get the running game going right here a little bit. Going to be fun to kind of see what quarterback Cade Elam does with the Hounds offense.
2 wide receivers to the right, 1 wide receiver to the left. And they'll hand the ball off to Stevens off the right side. He'll find his way across the 40 out to the 41. Gain of 3 brings up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, and that's what you want to see again. Start the run game a little bit, get the kind of things moving forward. And Cole Stevens, number 27, picks up 3 or 4 yards right into the teeth of the Bulldogs D.
First run.
Yes.
Of the night.
Yes.
For Corbin. 1:15 to go here in the first quarter. Trailing Hazard 8-7. Shotgun formation here. The ball is on the near hash. They'll be moving from right to left from their own 41. There's the snap. Elam, plenty of time.
There we go.
Has Petrosky at the 45. At the 50, and still fighting his way on the far sideline to pick up about 3 more yards. Gets across the 45 to the Hazard 44.
Man, I'll tell you, a good job right there. Quarterback Cade Elam hits Eli Petrosky kind of out in the flat, and that's the reason number 23, Eli Petrosky, has a lot of D1 football teams looking at him right there. If he catches the football, gets in space, he can fight for those extra yards. Great catch, great run by number 23, Eli Petrosky.
Both these teams averaging 30-plus a game. Corbin at 36, Hazard almost 39 a game. We may be in a shootout here tonight. There's the give to Stevens off the right side, and he is dropped by Linden, their top tackler.
Yes.
And Stevens gets maybe a yard. That'll be it. It'll be 2nd and 9 coming up from the Hazard 43. 15 seconds and counting here in this first quarter clock.
Yeah, and the Hounds moving fast right here. But, again, Cole Stevenson hitting it off there on that right side. And again, Hounds just really trying to get that running game going.
2 wide outs to the right, 2 wide outs to the left. And the first quarter clock comes to an end with Hazard on top of Corbin, 8-7. When we come back, we'll flip the field, and we'll start the second quarter with the Hounds having the ball, looking at a 2nd and 9 from the Hazard 43. This is Red Hound football on T107.3.
Mountain Dew is like no other soft drink on earth. That's because Mountain Dew is the boldest soft drink the world has ever seen. Today, Mountain Dew, the most iconic flavor in the history of soft drinks, has spawned a new generation of outrageously craveable flavors that share its glory, like Mountain Dew Major Melon, Mountain Dew Code Red, Mountain Dew Spark, Mountain Dew Voltage, and Mountain Dew Livewire. So here's to the neon royalty of Dew and the Dew flavors that have come after it, the boldest flavors on earth.
That's old Dwight, too, over there that caught our game, wasn't it, last night? Huh. Yeah, but on the other side, see Dwight over there? Isn't that him?
Hey, this is Sammy from Sammy's Furniture, and if you wake up every morning on the 20-yard line and feel like you can't make it to the end zone, that's because you're not sleeping on a mattress from Sammy's Furniture and Mattress. Guys, we got over 62 floor model mattresses, and they're in stock and ready to be taken home today. We'll help you find a mattress that won't break your back or your budget. We've got discounts when you pick it up, and 12 months same as cash financing if you need it, folks. At Sammy's Furniture and Mattress, we're open 7 days a week from 10 to 6, on Sundays from 12 to 5.
For Elam. Now he's got a man wide open. Wow. At the 25, 20, 10, touchdown, Corbin.
Man, I'll tell you, Colton Creekmore right there doing a great job. You look at the stats. Colton Creekmore, 18 catches, 175, and 2 touchdowns. Make that 3 touchdowns. Quarterback Cade Elam, you talked about it, Jason. Really good protection, but that big Red Hound wall kind of got to look downfield, pick his poison, if you will, and then hits number 3, Colton Creekmore, for the big play and the big touchdown right there. And the Hounds really respond well and take advantage of the play right there and take the lead right here in this second quarter.
Sima's kick is through the uprights and good. And Corbin responds to the Bulldog scoring drive with a scoring drive of their own. 11:51 left here in the second quarter, and it's the Red Hounds on top of the Bulldogs, 14-8. This is Red Hound football on T1073.
Hey, this is Sammy here at Sammy's Furniture. And apparently, pain heals, chicks dig scars, and glory lasts forever, just like the mattresses here at Sammy's Furniture and Mattress. Guys, we got over 62 floor model mattresses, and they're in stock and ready to be taken home today. We'll help you find a mattress that won't break your back or your budget. We've got discounts when you pick it up, and 12 months same as cash financing if you need it, folks. At Sammy's Furniture and Mattress, we're open 7 days a week from 10 to 6. On Sundays from 12 to 5, you can score a touchdown with a mattress from Sammy's Furniture and Mattress. Come see us today.
It just took 3 plays for the Red Hounds to, 4 plays.
Yes.
And went about 63 yards. It ended with a 43-yard touchdown pass from Sama to Creekmore. The extra point by Sama was good, and the Red Hounds respond, JB, 14-8 now.
And you needed to answer the bell right there, and the Hounds offense did just that. So great job by the Hounds offense to get this football game in control a little bit and take the lead.
Johnson and Holbrook back deep for Hazard. Sima's kick, and they're going to blow it dead. We believe we had somebody get across the line before Sima's foot could touch the football.
Yeah, I think so. Going to move the Hounds back a little bit. So you never want to see that penalty, but always good to know somebody's really, sprinting down there wanting to get after it. But looks like the penalty going to bring the Hounds back right here on the kickoff.
For Elam, his 10th touchdown pass of the season here.
Yeah, again, just we talked about in the pregame show, Cade Elam, be Cade Elam, and my goodness, he is so far in this football game tonight, just doing a great job, like you said, with that 10th touchdown on the season so far. Without
Cam Estep in the game, Creekmore kind of stepping up as kind of the number 1 or 2 look from Cade Elam.
Yeah, and it's
what
good.
A weapon to have.
Yes, exactly. I mean, Cam Estep goes down, Colton Creekmore steps in. You're exactly right. Next man up mentality for the Hounds, and Colton Creekmore answers the bell right there.
So Simon will tee it up on the far hash, kicking from left to right. And this time, a little 5 yards deeper from the 35. End over end kick, angles to the near sideline, taken at the 23. Brought across the 30.
There we go. Wow.
Will be stopped there. Mahan hung on to the return man, which was White, for Hazard.
Yes.
And then I believe Bates finished him off.
Yeah, Griffin Bates, again, it's a great weapon to have. If you need the touchback, of course, we've seen a ton of those this season. But if you need to place the ball, Noah Simon can do that as well. And just place the ball down that sideline and really allow the coverage to get there. So, again, another good coverage and another good kick by Noah Simon and the Hounds.
Bulldogs will start from their own 32. Shotgun snap, and they try to set up the wide receiver screen to Johnson, which they ran the first play of the game, but the Red Hounds were right there and looked like Petrosky had fought through his block and was ready for Johnson.
Exactly what I was going to say. Number 23, Eli Petrosky, putting pressure, has 3 tackles for loss this year already, so Eli Petrosky knows how to put heat on the offense for the Bulldogs and does it right there and knocks down that ball. Great job by number 23, Eli Petrosky.
3 wideouts to the right, which is the wide side of the field for the Bulldogs. They'll send Johnson in motion from left to right, and Corbin strings it out, and Johnson has nowhere to go, and he'll be dropped back at the 29. It's going to be a loss of about 3 for the Bulldogs, and 3rd and long coming up now.
Yeah, and I'm sounding like a broken record right here. I keep saying Griffin Bates, but Griffin Bates on the hit, Eli Petrosky on the hit, and the Hounds right here earn the right to rush the passer on 3rd and 13. Again, the Bulldogs trying to get Gavin Johnson the ball any way they can, but right here, Red Hounds need to get off the field on 3rd down.
Petrosky played a little bit more of the linebacker spot now, kind of getting back to the defensive end spot and looking to charge off this right side. Keep an eye on that. 3rd and 13 coming up for the Bulldogs from their own 29. Hounds showing blitz up the middle and off the edges. And looking for the pass. Pelfrey across the middle, complete to Johnson at the 40. And they're going to say maybe the 41, but that's going to be about a yard shy.
I think so.
Maybe 2 yards shy of the first down. It's 4th down, and Hazard here from their own 40 may be going for it here.
It looks like it, and you saw Nashawn Brooks come up and make the hit right there to produce his fourth down, but Hounds really going to have to dial it in, get off the field on fourth down.
Wishbone set with Choctaw under center. Hard count. Hounds don't budge.
There we go.
And maybe Hazard just looking to see if they can draw them off sides. Now they'll look to the sideline, change the play. Choctaw back under center. Wishbone set. There's to give the Blankenship hit at the 42nd.
There we go.
It's going to be close.
Yes.
And it's going to depend on a left foot spot or a right foot spot. Hazard says they have the first down.
Really close.
Good second effort by Blankenship. Hazard
Yes.
met him at about the 41.
There we
but
go.
they're not even going to. Looks like they're not going to measure it.
Wow.
And they must have felt good enough because I believe they had to get to the 42-yard line,
Yes.
JB. And that ball, where we're our vantage point, we can clearly see
Yes.
that it is short of the 42. One of the advantages of having
That's right.
the
50-yard line seats
turf.
right here.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
right.
and also the turf.
That's right. And I thought we would see a measurement right there.
What a stop.
But I'm telling you what, Mason Salmons comes in. The Hounds defense answers the bell. Hounds set up for success offensively right here in Bulldog territory.
Huge stop for the Hounds, and they'll get the ball in great position here at the Hazard 41. Two wideouts to the left, two wideouts to the right. Ball on the near hash. They'll empty the backfield with Stevens. Elam, plenty of time.
There he is.
Got Creekmore in the middle of the field.
Wow.
Goes up for the ball and cannot come down with it.
Man, I'll tell you, a tough break right there. Colton Creekmore running down the seam for the Hounds offense and, doing a great job, but unable to come up to maybe the ball a little bit high right there, kind of sailed on quarterback Kate Elam. But I'm telling you what, the Hounds had Colton Creekmore right down the seam, but unable to connect right there.
Yeah, Johnson was with him as well, closed in at the last second. The wind has shifted here. It's now blowing to the back of the Red Hounds. Two wideouts to the left, two wideouts to the right as they move from left to right. This is the give to Stevens. Stevens across the 40, down to the 38. It'll be a gain of 3 and brings up 3rd and 7.
Yeah, and I think maybe only the third or fourth run we've seen tonight. So, again, the Hounds not afraid even in the weather, in the wind right here to line up and throw the football. And I think you're right, Jason. We're looking at a high-scoring football game right here.
3rd and 7. And you think the position of the football here at the Hazard 38. The Red Hounds got maybe 2 plays here to try to come up with this 7 yards.
I think so.
They've converted on 3rd and 10. That was for the touchdown to start the first quarter. Play action. They'll swing it out to Person. Person has it at the 40 and tripped up nice.
Wow.
A real nice tackle there. A shoelace tackle by Blankenship to cut down Person at about the 36-yard line, or he might have been gone at least for a first down there. A lot of green pasture in front of him.
I think so, and you're exactly right. The Hounds kind of in no man's land, a little bit outside field goal range, so looks like the Hounds going to line up and try to pick up this first down on 4th down.
4th and 6 here from the Hazard 37. 8:47 to go here in the second quarter. Corbin on top, 14-8, trying to keep this drive alive. 2 wideouts to the left, 2 wideouts to the right. Elam takes the snap. Over to Stevens. Stevens across the 35 and gets to about the 28-yard line, and that's where Hazard will stop him.
Yeah, good effort right there. Kate Elam, throws a little swing right out to the right. Cole Stevens, makes a defender miss, tries to put his gas pedal down, but the Bulldogs come up and get the big stop right there. We thought maybe the Hounds could take advantage with the great field position with that good stop on 4th down by the Bulldogs, but the Bulldogs answered the bell right there, so it'll be first down for the Bulldog offense.
So both teams trying to put a knockout punch on 4th down.
That's right.
It's just a good old-fashioned boxing match
That's right
now.
That's right.
Both teams playing hard, playing well. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 33. Ball on the near hash, moving from right to left. 2 wideouts to the right, 2 wideouts here to the near side. And they'll give to Memphis Blankenship, and he's met in the hole and driven back. May mark his forward progress for maybe a yard, not much more than that. It'll bring up 2nd and long.
And look like, again, number 10, Griffin Bates in the middle of the Hounds defense, kind of man in the middle, and number 47, Silas Mahan on the hit right there. So, again, Griffin Bates, if you run inside between the tackles, you're going to have to see number 10 for the Red Hounds, Griffin Bates.
2nd and 9 here for Hazard from their own 34. Shotgun formation again. Play action. They'll swing it here to Johnson. Johnson gets out
There
of
we
one
go.
tackle, but cannot get away from Tatum Cox. And that'll be just another short gain. It's all 3rd and 8, just a gain of a yard on that.
Yeah, and just a good hustle play right there. Number 28, Jonah Mahan, and then number 25, Tatum Cox there to finish the receiver off. So really good hustle by the Hounds defense to force this 3rd down right here.
A lot of good pursuit. A lot of
Yes.
kids not giving up on the play.
That's right. That's
trying
right.
to finish it. 3rd and 8. Now for Hazard, 2 wide outs to the right, the wide side of the field, 3 here to the near side. Empty backfield. Pelfrey looking to pass.
There we
Look
go.
off the pressure, and they'll sack him.
There we
Back
go.
at the 23-yard line. That is going to be Luke Hatfield with the sack.
Yeah, just good pressure. The Hounds only rushing 4, kind of in their four-man front look, and really Luke Hatfield beats the right tackle and does a great job coming off the edge to put the Bulldogs in this big 4th down. So again, we saw the Hounds offense stall out. We see the Bulldogs stall out right here, and with 6:48 and a 14-8 lead for the Hounds, Hounds get another opportunity to try to go and put points on the board.
Creekmore for Corbin will be standing at his 45. Pelfrey, the punter, for Hazard. Last punt wasn't very good. This one's a little bit better. End over end punt, going to hit at the 43. Take a Hazard roll inside the 35 to maybe the 34-yard line, and that's where Corbin will begin their offensive series here with 6:25 to go until halftime, and the Red Hounds on top, 14-8.
Yeah, the Hounds again, starting pretty good field position right here. You'd like to think with 6 minutes 25 seconds on the clock, just a really good, smart, methodical drive. Again, using now the Hounds, to me, Jason, using that passing game to set up the running game. So see what happens right here with the Hounds offense.
Shotgun formation here. Akins now is the halfback to the right of Elam.
There we go.
Akins gets the call. And he's running on the far side, around the far end, gets across the 40, out to the 43-yard line. That's going to be very close to a Corbin first down. Nice first down run there by Clay Akins.
Yeah.
We've watched him kind of be the spark plug of this team.
Yes, he has. And there you see it. Again, he comes in there, takes his first carry, gets around that left side, has a little bit extra juice right there, and really sets the Hounds up right here on 2nd and short.
2nd and 2 coming up here for Corbin from their own 42. Ball on the far hash. And the Red Hounds moving from left to right. Akins to the left of Elam. 2 wide outs here to the near side, which is the wide side of the field. And they'll send Person in motion from left to right, but they'll hand off to Akins off the right tackle.
Man.
And just runs over a guy at the 47 to get to the 49-yard line. That'll be good enough for the first down. That'll be a gain of 7 for Akins.
Yes.
Good, nice runs by Clay Akins.
Yes, good hard run right there. And the first run was kind of a speed run, if you will. And the second run, man, he just lowered his shoulders and finished the run. So, Clay Akins can do it all. He can get you outside with his speed, or he can run in between the tackles and lower that shoulder. So, again, like you said, Jason, good hard run by number 30, Clay Akins.
Yeah, give credit to White, Miller, and Reeder on that right side of the offensive line, opening up some holes. Empty backfield for Elam. Looking to pass here.
There he goes.
Picks it up. Has Sala. Complete at the 20. 10. Touchdown, Corbin.
Wow. And I'm telling you what, again, we see the single coverage on Noah Sama. He hit the Bulldogs once. Now he's hit the Bulldogs twice. You're going to have to find number 2, Noah Sama. We talked about in the pregame show, if you give Noah Sama one-on-one coverage, he's going to go to the house. And we just saw a house call right there by quarterback Cade Elam and Noah Sama. Great job, great response by the Hounds offense.
66-yard, 3-play drive for the Red Hounds, and it ends that 51-yard touchdown pass to Simon.
Man.
We talked about it.
Yes.
Have anybody that could match that speed?
No.
And so far, not checking that box.
Exactly. Yeah, you need somebody to take the top off of the defense. You look at number 2, Noah Simon. Great job.
And now we're going to wait for the
we got a flag,
extra
maybe.
point.
Yeah,
So
I think going to say it on the
maybe
kickoff.
unsportsmanlike against Corbin, celebrating a little bit too much possibly. There's the snap, the hold. The kick is through the uprights, and it is good. And Corbin on top of Hazard here, 21-8, as the Red Hounds have scored 14 unanswered to stretch that lead with 5:07 to go until halftime. This is Red Hound football on T107.3.
For over 56 years, Tri-County Cycle Sales and the Hart family have kept you on the trails with the biggest names in off-road adventure. Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, CF Moto. No matter which brand excites you the most, you'll always receive service after the sale when you purchase your next side-by-side, ATV, or motorcycle from the Hart family and Tri-County Cycle Sales. From southeastern Kentucky to parts of Tennessee and Virginia, your next off-road adventure starts with Tri-County Cycle Sales. Located at 8775 U.S. Highway 25 in Corbin, across from Kentucky Outdoorsman. Phone 606-528-4792.
Corbin Red Hounds striking a big way.
Man.
Doesn't take long.
That's right.
Takes a little less than about a minute and a half in 3 plays to cover 66 yards, and it ended with a 51-yard touchdown pass from Elam to Sima. Second time those guys have hooked up. Third touchdown pass for Elam, and the Red Hounds are on top 21-8. You'd like to finish the deal here with 5:07 in this first half, because not too early for the obligatory say that the Red Hounds will receive the football to start the third quarter.
And that makes a huge difference. So, again, we see the penalty right here. The Hounds going to be kicking off on their own 25-yard line. But, man, I'm telling you, quarterback Cade Elam to Noah Sima, just a huge, huge connection right there.
The Hounds were flagged for unsportsmanlike conduct. Just a little bit too much celebration there, but can't fault the kids.
That's right.
For being excited about a score. Here's Sima kicking from his own 25, but before we get a chance to, we're going to have a stop and play here as the sideline judge here to the near side is pointing towards the Corbin sideline. And let's see what the deal is.
Yeah, I mean, trying to figure it out right here. Going to reset the kickoff.
And I guess Sima right now is on the sideline. And
oh, I mean, maybe the unsportsmanlike. I don't know.
That is. I don't know. But anyway, Simon's not going to be kicking the football. It's going to end up. It's going to be Bryson Baker will kick it. And end over end kick. It's going to be taken by Johnson of Hazard at the 30. Angles here to the near side across the 40. And picks up a block at the 50, across the 35, 30, a flag comes in. Johnson is going to score a 70-yard touchdown return, but hold everything because there is a penalty marker right at the 40-yard line. It may be an illegal block against Hazard, and if so, this one will be coming back, and that's the call.
Yeah, I didn't see exactly the flag right there, but definitely coming back, and the Hounds catch a penalty to stop a return. So I'm telling you what, that's unsportsmanlike where the Hounds had to kick off from their own 25, and of course Noah Sima not able to kick the football really kind of provided a little bit of energy right there for the Bulldogs to get the big return. But fortunately, the flag comes out, and the Hounds defense gets to reset right here, right around midfield.
Well, Hazard obviously not liking that call. Matthew Chandler, the head coach of the Bulldogs, arguing his case, but it's not going to work.
That's right.
Wipe 6 points off the board and put Hazard at the 50-yard line here, but still great field position. A lot of time on the clock here, 4:55 left to go in this first half. What a job that Matthew Chandler has done for the Hazard Bulldogs. 4-1 this season. This is a team that was just 1-10 last year.
Yeah, he's definitely turned this football program around. That's no doubt about it.
3 wide outs to the left here to the near side, 1 wide out to the right, which is the wide side of the field. And they'll give to Blankenship. Hit at the 49.
There we
Still
go.
on his feet, and they'll push him down and really looking to try to strip the football.
Yes.
As he was standing straight up trying to fight for those extra yards.
Yeah, good job right there. Luke Hatfield, number 48. It looked like number 10, Griffin Bates, number 28, Jonah Mahan. So 2 or 3 Red Hounds in there, making that hit. And the clock ticking down towards halftime right here.
2nd and 8 for Hazard, as the Red Hounds done a better job on defense on first down, making a 2nd and long opportunity for Hazard the last couple of drives. 3 wide outs bunched here to the near side. They'll pitch to Blankenship coming to the near side.
There we go.
He'll be tripped up. That's Mahan again, looked like in on the tackle.
Yeah, just a huge, huge play right there. I thought only Jonah was going to come up and kind of, fight off the block a little bit, but my goodness, somehow he gets in there, takes out the feet of Blankenship and makes the play. So creating a 3rd and long right here for the Bulldog offense.
We'll call it 3rd and 8. No gain on the play from the Corbin 48. Shotgun formation. They'll send Holbrook in motion from left to right. Rolling that way is Pelfrey to the wide side of the field, and his pass is too long and too high. The intended receiver was Fullwood, and it'll be incomplete. And fourth down coming up here for the Bulldogs, and a decision to make here with 3:42
That's right.
until halftime. On 2nd and 8, do you go for it or do you let Pelfrey punt it? He is your quarterback and punter, so they can
which does put the Hounds defense kind of in, in a little bit of caution mode, if you will, because, he can definitely, punt it or throw it. So you're exactly right.
Bulldogs 0 for 1 on fourth down conversions. Look like they're trying another one here from the shotgun. Empty backfield. There's the snap. Pelfrey looking to pass. Looking for a man, and it's complete. Did he come up with the catch? And they're going to say yes inside the 25-yard line to the 23. That's Wells who comes up with a big grab.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Gavin Johnson, of course, all the focus on him. He kind of runs a little bit of a post there, and then and Wells comes on the wheel route. And I tell you what, Max Pelfrey delivers a football. So a really good play call, really good throw by the Bulldogs and Max Pelfrey.
4th and 8 conversion for the Bulldogs. Keep this drive alive as they'll have it at the Red Hound 23. Send the end in motion from right to left. They'll hand the football off to him, and he'll be cut down at the 25-yard line. That's going to be a loss of maybe 2 on the play.
It looked like Caleb Shepard and Griffin Bates again on the hit right there, but almost a little bit of a jet to the left. Caleb Shepard and Griffin Bates do a great job in shutting the door right there for the Hounds defense. But you're right, Jason, to keep this drive going. I mean, the Bulldogs had a really, really good play right there to keep the chains moving on fourth down.
White was the ball carrier for Hazard. Loss of 2 on the play. 2nd and 12 now coming up for the Bulldogs from the Red Hound 25. 2 wide outs, spread wide to the right side. Pelfrey, though, looking here to the near side. Pump fakes. Man bites on it. Has the pass dropped in the end zone was Holbrook for Hazard. He'd like to have that one back. Just a little hitch and go. Good pump fake by Pelfrey, and Corbin very fortunate there.
Very fortunate. I mean, wide open in the end zone, and, coverage there. I think maybe just slipped down, whatever, but on the go route there, the pump fake, the Hounds defender lost the receiver. But like you said, Jason, a big break for the Hounds defense.
Shotgun formation on 3rd and 12 from the Corbin 25. They'll swing it here to Johnson across the 25.
There we go.
And a nice tackle there by Sammons to finish him off at around the 20.
Really good job.
Gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up 4th and 7.
Yeah, and a big fourth down right here. You look at the score, 2:20 left in this first half. Hounds up 21-8. So a big play, big fourth down right here for the Hounds defense.
Looking at one of the players, I don't know if they were talking, maybe he had a little bit of blood on his arm or not, but they're talking to the Hazard sideline. But now that everything seems to be okay, the Bulldogs are just letting the clock run down. You got to think that they've got 3 timeouts.
That's right.
May run this thing down, take a timeout. This 12 is on the play clock right now.
Yeah, just a little bit of strategy right here. The Bulldogs know, just barely inside 2 minutes. They've got plenty of time. So you're right. You'd run it down, call timeout.
So the game clock will roll to 1:46. Bulldogs take a timeout. We'll take one as well. 1:45 until halftime. It's the Red Hounds on top of Hazard, 21-8, but the Bulldogs looking at a 4th and 7 from the Red Hound 20. This is Red Hound football on T107.3.
Ever heard the phrase big enough to serve you, small enough to know you? It's true at Hometown Bank. From the easy-to-use mobile app to online banking and even bill pay, Hometown Bank has everything you need to make banking easier. Whether you need to make a mobile deposit or would rather stop in and see a friendly, smiling face in person, Hometown Bank is here and ready to help. Stop in and find out how easy working with a Hometown Bank can be. Visit the Hometown Bank nearest you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For the Bulldogs, with 1:45 to go in the first half, can Corbin's defense turn away the the Bulldogs? Bulldogs 1 of 2 on the night on fourth down conversions. This one, big one right here. 4th and 7 from the Red Hound 20, JB.
Well, exactly, and I mean, you mentioned the Hounds get the ball, coming out of the half, so a huge opportunity for the Hounds on defense to stop the Bulldogs right here. So you're right. I mean, you never want to say one play, defines a football game, but huge play right here.
Holbrook and Johnson, the 2 wide receivers for Hazard, line up here to the near side. Ball on the near hash. Pelfrey looking to pass. Here comes the pressure. He gets hit, throws it, and it is complete in the end zone for a touchdown.
Man.
That is Johnson who came back to the football. Pelfrey had a red hound hanging
Yes.
on him as he was throwing the football, but gets the 20-yard touchdown pass away to Johnson.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you talk about, kind of staring down the gun barrel, if you will. Max Pelfrey did a great job. Gavin Johnson had a really good route. A big hit by the Red Hounds, up front on Max Pelfrey. Pretty good coverage as well, but I'm telling you what, that's the reason that Gavin Johnson is who he is and a really good receiver for the Bulldogs. So really good catch right there by Gavin Johnson.
2-point conversion coming up here for the Bulldogs. Pelfrey takes the snap, throws it into the end zone. Was it deep enough? Yes. 2-point conversion is good as they cash in maximum points on both opportunities. That was Javen White on the reception on the 2-point conversion, and it's a 5-point contest with 1:38 left to go until halftime. Corbin on top, 21-16 over the Bulldogs. This is Red Hound football on T1073.
Need auto repairs? Then you need Owens Auto Repair. Owens offers a wide variety of parts and services. You'll find all the top name brand batteries and tires to a full line of truck and auto parts. Utility beds, Sherman-Williams auto paint, weather guard toolboxes, custom-made hydraulic hoses, and yes, service work for cars, trucks, and RVs. Whether it's auto repairs or just a battery or new tires, Owens Auto Repair has you covered. Owens Auto Repair, serving you for more than half a century. Located just down from Corbin High School on Cumberland Falls Highway in Corbin.
Max Pelfrey came in as number 8 in stats in all of high school football in the state of Kentucky, and Gavin Johnson came in at number 4 in the state in wide receiver stats, and those guys showed it right there. Big play on 4th down, JB.
No doubt.
Convert the touchdown.
No doubt. You're seeing why those guys are where they are, and, Max Pelfrey, Gavin Johnson do a good job to get the Bulldogs right back in this football game.
Sebastian will kick the football, and whistles blow before the kick can happen. And looks like the penalty is going to be against Hazard.
Yeah, I think so.
I never saw a penalty flag. Maybe they just stopped play. I'm not real sure why.
Yeah, just maybe resetting right here. I assumed there was going to be a flag right there on the Bulldogs, but I think you're right. Just going to maybe reset right here.
So the kicker comes out and a new kicker comes in. Saw the same thing with Corbin.
Wow.
So I'm not really sure what these officials, the first time I've seen this this season for sure, and many seasons prior.
Yeah.
So if you got Kenya Higgins, the big lineman, will kick the football out of bounds as he comes in. As Higgins also a beast on defense.
Yes.
Leading Hazard with sacks on the year. But he'll kick that one out of bounds, and so Corbin will take over here at the 35.
And I'll tell you what, minute 38 left on the clock. The Hounds have all 3 timeouts. Leading this football game 21-16. You're going to kind of see the mentality. We know the Hounds get the ball at the start of the third quarter, at the end of the half. So it'd be interesting to see. I'm sure Coach Sammons comes out right here, tries to fire the football down the field and put more points on the board. But the Hounds with a minute 38 and 3 timeouts, plenty of time to move the football down the field.
Coach Chandler has been fired up most of the night here.
Yes.
And they're going to re-kick the football. And I believe Corbin has elected to take the penalty there, back Hazard up, and have them re-kick.
Yeah, I think so. And you look back there, Cole Stevens, number 27, number 3, Colton Creekmore, your deep returners. So not sure if the Bulldogs will test either one of those guys back there for the Hounds, but those guys always give you a chance for a big play. And you're right. I mean, ball now, the Bulldogs going to be kicking from their own 35, so Hounds should expect really good field position out of this kickoff.
Creekmore is back deep for Corbin, as well as Stevens. End over end kick. Those going to be taken by Sammons. He'll pitch back to Creekmore. It's on the ground. Creekmore picks it up. He's around the 20-yard line. Penalty marker comes in, and Creekmore will be cut down at about the 22-yard line.
Man. Flag coming out right here, and usually in a kickoff situation, it's most of the time going to be on the offense. So, where the Hounds thought they were going to take advantage of the penalty may end up in a bad spot right here after the flag.
Now, Sammons picked the football up right around the 25-yard line, pitched back to Creekmore, and Creekmore bobbled it. It was on the ground for a long time. He picked it up, tried to get positive yardage,
Yes.
but by that time there are about 4 white Hazard jerseys around it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm usually in a kickoff situation. You return the football, you make one cut and you get north and south. I mean, you make 2 or 3 cuts, you make 4 or 5 cuts, gives that defense, that coverage team time to get there. So one cut and go, and unfortunately for the Hounds, my goodness, going to be, I think, Jason, spotted right around the 10-yard line.
A holding penalty against Corbin on the kickoff return. This was after Corbin took the penalty to back them up to kick the football. Been better off to just take it at the 35. But with 133, they've got 90 yards to pay dirt, and 133 left here in this first half. Shotgun formation, play action, Elam. Over to Petrosky, goes through his hands and into the hands of Johnson at the 22. Returns it inside the 10, and Hazard will have it first and goal from the 8.
Wow, tough break right there. Quarterback Cade Elam throwing the football to Eli Petrosky, and the football ricochets off Eli's hands, and man, I'm telling you, Gavin Johnson gets football and sets up the Hazard Bulldog offense right here, definitely in the red zone for the Bulldogs. So huge change right here of momentum, and I'm telling you what, the Hounds got to find a way to keep the Bulldogs out of the end zone.
First turnover of the game, and it goes to the Hazard Bulldogs. Can they convert it to points? Shotgun formation, Pelfrey looking, and
there we go.
Pass interference coming. I believe it's going to be incomplete. And they're going to get Salmons. They're going to say he got there a little bit too early on Johnson.
And looking at
the flag came out.
And looking at the stats, I mean, quarterback Cade Dillon, first interception on the season, so and was a ricochet, so kind of off the hands of Eli Petrosky. But man, a big flag right here. The Bulldogs really got some momentum going. So again, the Hounds going to have to find a way to get the stop.
So they'll. Oh, we have 2 penalties.
Yes.
So we'll replay the first down. So we had an ineligible receiver. Did not see the second flag come in. Just saw the flag on the pass interference call. So break there for the Red Hounds. It's first and goal from the 8. We'll do it again. For 1:21 left to go in the half. Hazard has 2 timeouts left. Wishbone set. There's the pitch to Blankenship. Running around the left end. Actually, that's Johnson. Hit, spins, fights his way, and they're going to mark him just short of the goal line.
Yeah, that 3-back set again. We've seen that a lot from the Bulldogs tonight, and just tossing around the left side with the 3-back set. Gavin Johnson using the blocking, using the offensive line to try to get to the pylon, and the Hounds come up there and make the hit right at the end to keep Gavin Johnson from going in the end zone.
It'll be second and goal from the 2 for the Bulldogs, trying to take the lead for the first time tonight. They'll hand it off up the middle. Go. Second effort, and the Hounds push back.
Good job right there.
And now penalty marker comes in well after the play.
Man, I tell you, Tate and Cox leading the way, but going to be interesting to see what this flag is right
Looks
here.
Like it may be against the Red Hounds.
My goodness.
Back judge there threw the flag late at the end of the play. And we'll get the call here from George Renner, the referee.
Man, I tell you.
So, personal foul against the Red Hounds' hands to the face. Half the distance to the goal. Second and goal from the 1. Choctaw under center. We'll give to Pelfrey. Pelfrey
there we go.
Is cut down at the 2. Great open field tackle there by Salmons.
Yeah, just a good job right there, coming up, making that hit. And looked like the runner there, Blankenship, was going to go in the end zone, but you're right, just a good open field hit. And, again, creates that big third down right here for the Bulldogs.
Third and goal from the 2. And the clock is stopped at 1:04. Not sure why the clock stopped. Choctaw under center, and now the officials spot it. And now they will confer. Clock really shouldn't have stopped.
No, exactly. Yeah, just a run right there. So not sure if there was a malfunction or what happened, but you're right. Clock just keeps running, and the officials kind of huddling right there to figure out what time should be on the clock right here. But a huge play coming up on third down. I'm sure 4-down territory for the Bulldogs.
So they're going to reset the clock here. I didn't catch what they're going to repeat it here. So We're going to try to reset the clock.
Exactly.
I don't know if his microphone was working or not. So we're
41
going to say to run it to 41 seconds. So 3rd and goal from the 2 here for Hazard. This Corbin defense really
getting a test
up against the wall. Yes, sir. Wishbone set again. You have Blankenship and Johnson and Pelfrey. And this is Blankenship, and they will get him, and they will push him back.
Wow.
He may have got a yard. That might be it, and it's going to bring up 4th and goal.
Yeah, just Jace Hatfield first on the hit right there, and then look like Griffin Bates as well. Max Farmer in there making a good hit as well. So really good job. Team defense right there for the Hounds on 3rd down.
4th and goal from the 1 when we come back with 28 seconds left in the half. Red Hounds on top, 21-16, but can they turn the Bulldogs away? This is Red Hound Football, T1073.
Need auto repairs? Then you need Owens Auto Repair. Owens offers a wide variety of parts and services. You'll find all the top name brand batteries and tires to a full line of truck and auto parts. Utility beds, Sherman-Williams auto paint, weather guard toolboxes, custom-made hydraulic hoses, and yes, service work for cars, trucks, and RVs. Whether it's auto repairs or just a battery or new tires, Owens Auto Repair has you covered. Owens Auto Repair, serving you for more than half a century. Located just down from Corbin High School on Cumberland Falls Highway in Corbin.
After the Bulldogs got the interception and a short field in which to work with, the Red Hounds have been trying to turn away the Bulldogs. But here we go, 4th and goal from the 1. Play action. Choctaw throws it up for grabs, goes up with it, and Hazard comes down with the catch. That is going to be Johnson with a touchdown reception from 1 yard out. Looked like Person may have had a chance at it, but Johnson just out-jumped everyone to the football, and Hazard has taken the lead here with 20 seconds to go until halftime, 22-21.
What a turn right there. I mean, you're right. I mean, Pelfrey just kind of throws a lob pass, if you will, almost a basketball lob pass, and 2 Hounds defenders, like you said, Trey Person right there, but somehow number 14, Gavin Johnson, comes down with the football to give the Bulldogs the lead.
2-point conversion coming up here for the Bulldogs to try to make it a 3-point contest. Shotgun snap. Pelfrey back in at quarterback, and his pass to Johnson incomplete. Sammons was there on the coverage for the Red Hounds. So the Bulldogs going back on their own with 14 straight to take the 22-21 lead. 20 seconds left here until halftime. We'll just keep it right here, JB.
Yeah, I mean, you get the tough break right there. The ball flies off the hands of Eli Petrosky. Really kind of a ricochet. A tough break for the Hounds offense. And, man, you got, unfortunately, right here, you got to give the Bulldogs credit. They get the pick, they get the score, and, have the lead right here with 20 seconds. So, again, look for the Red Hounds again. No panic, no problem. Hounds get the ball at halftime. You just line up, you do what you do. Cade Elam and company, go down, try to put some points on the board and get control of this football game.
Well, we talked about it, that this Hazard team looking for that signature win, already 4-1.
Yes.
They've got a brutal district, JB, in Pikeville, Raceland,
that's right,
and Paintsville. So they're trying to establish themselves as back, a rich tradition in Hazard football.
Exactly. I mean, Matthew Chandler got the Bulldogs, playing football tonight. No doubt about it.
And the kick is coming to the far side, and it's out of bounds. And we'll see if the Red Hounds will just elect to take it at the 35 this time.
Yeah, looks like the Hounds gonna. You're right, going to spot the ball to 35 and be interested to see, if the Hounds try to make something happen right here with 20 seconds before the half.
Corbin has 3 timeouts in which to work with 20 seconds. They'll be about 65 yards from pay dirt.
And we see Noah Sima, twice tonight.
We're actually going to say, forgot about this. It's where they were going to park it where it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, so actually a little better.
It's at the 42.
That's right.
It looks like the Red Hounds are just going to take the snap here and get out of the half here.
Yeah,
now
I think
they're moving it to the. Not sure where they're moving it to.
Man.
So now they've marked it to the 47. Keep going.
Yes, let's go. That's right.
Elam under center, and he'll take the snap and he'll kneel it, and we'll head to the halftime locker room with Corbin trailing the Bulldogs 22-21. And I think that we'll be sending it down to Eliana and to interview Coach Salmons right before the half, as we'll keep a lookout for that. But the Bulldogs come back to get 14 straight to take the 22-21 lead. Let's go down to Eliana.
All right, Eliana, it's yours.
Hey, Coach. Hazard is putting up a fight. What does your team need to do here to secure this win?
We got to come out and play better in the second half. We had a lot of mistakes, a lot of blown coverages, and just didn't make plays.
Going into the halftime locker room, what is your message to your team?
We got 2 quarters, got to play football.
Thank you, Coach.
That was Eliana there interviewing the head coach of the Corbin Red Hounds, Luke Salmons. A little frustration there.
Yes.
Talked about need to make some plays.
Yes.
And got to look to this second half coming up.
Yeah, I think so. The Hounds going to kind of go in at halftime here and regroup, just like Coach Salmons said. You got the Hall of Fame ceremony coming up as well. So, again, all those guys coming in here. Good to see some great Red Hounds getting ready to step on the field at halftime.
So we will take a little bit of a timeout here as we're at the half here from Campbell Field. Corbin and the Bulldogs in a great one here right now. It's Hazard on top of Corbin, 22-21. When we come back, we'll take a look at some first half stats. We'll get JB's analysis of this first half as well. Thank you for joining us here tonight for Corbin Red Hound football as we're at the half, and it's Hazard on top of Corbin, 22-21. This is Red Hound football on T1073.
You know Mountain Dew is like no other soft drink on earth. That's because Mountain Dew is the boldest soft drink the world has ever seen. Today, Mountain Dew, the most iconic flavor in the history of soft drinks, has spawned a new generation of outrageously craveable flavors that share its glory, like Mountain Dew Major Melon, Mountain Dew Code Red, Mountain Dew Spark, Mountain Dew Voltage, and Mountain Dew Livewire. So here's to the neon royalty of Dew and the Dew flavors that have come after it, the boldest flavors on earth.
Hey, this is Sammy from Sammy's Furniture, and if you wake up every morning on the 20-yard line and feel like you can't make it to the end zone, that's because you're not sleeping on a mattress from Sammy's Furniture and Mattress. Guys, we got over 62 floor model mattresses, and they're in stock and ready to be taken home today. We'll help you find a mattress that won't break your back or your budget. We've got discounts when you pick it up, and 12 months same as cash financing if you need it, folks. At Sammy's Furniture and Mattress, we're open 7 days a week from 10 to 6. On Sundays from 12 to 5, you can score a touchdown with a mattress from Sammy's Furniture and Mattress. Come see us today.
For over 56 years, Tri-County Cycle Sales and the Hart family have kept you on the trails with the biggest names in off-road adventure. Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, CF Moto. No matter which brand excites you the most, you'll always receive service after the sale when you purchase your next side-by-side, ATV, or motorcycle from the Hart family and Tri-County Cycle Sales. From southeastern Kentucky to parts of Tennessee and Virginia, your next off-road adventure starts with Tri-County Cycle Sales. Located at 8775 U.S. Highway 25 in Corbin, across from Kentucky Outdoorsman. Phone 606-528-4792.
Ever heard the phrase big enough to serve you, small enough to know you? It's true at Hometown Bank. From the easy-to-use mobile app to online banking and even bill pay, Hometown Bank has everything you need to make banking easier. Whether you need to make a mobile deposit or would rather stop in and see a friendly, smiling face in person, Hometown Bank is here and ready to help. Stop in and find out how easy working with a Hometown Bank can be. Visit the Hometown Bank nearest you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Need auto repairs? Then you need Owens Auto Repair. Owens offers a wide variety of parts and services. You'll find all the top name brand batteries and tires to a full line of truck and auto parts. Utility beds, Sherman-Williams auto paint, weather guard toolboxes, custom-made hydraulic hoses, and yes, service work for cars, trucks, and RVs. Whether it's auto repairs or just a battery or new tires, Owens Auto Repair has you covered. Owens Auto Repair, serving you for more than half a century. Located just down from Corbin High School on Cumberland Falls Highway in Corbin.
You know Mountain Dew is like no other soft drink on earth. That's because Mountain Dew is the boldest soft drink the world has ever seen. Today, Mountain Dew, the most iconic flavor in the history of soft drinks, has spawned a new generation of outrageously craveable flavors that share its glory, like Mountain Dew Major Melon, Mountain Dew Code Red, Mountain Dew Spark, Mountain Dew Voltage, and Mountain Dew Livewire. So here's to the neon royalty of Dew and the Dew flavors that have come after it, the boldest flavors on earth.
All right, perfect. Thank you. You ready? I know it, old school.
Yeah.
Man. Old school.
We're at the half here from Campbell Field with the Corbin Red Hounds and the Hazard Bulldogs. And right now the Bulldogs on top of Corbin, 22-21. This Hazard Bulldog team came in 4-1 on the season, much improved from the 1-10 season last year, looking to make a big statement across Class A before they jump into their district, which is pretty brutal with Pikeville, Paintsville, and Raceland.
That's right, yeah. And I look at this football game, and the Hounds in command, up 21-8. Everything seemed to, kind of flow in the Hounds' way. But I'll tell you what, you take the interception there, the little ricochet, and, the Bulldogs turn it into points and really do a great job. Getting back to the football game, not only getting back in the football game, but taking the lead. So I'm telling you what, the Bulldogs came to play tonight, and Matthew Chandler, we've talked about it, has turned this Bulldog team into a lot of, the football team into a lot better team than last year.
Well, score right now again is the Bulldogs on top, 22-21, and big plays all around. In that first half, pretty exciting plays, big plays by Hazard. Going to pull off an upset.
That's
you got
right.
to come up with some of those plays. But let's take a look a little deeper inside the numbers. And Jenna's got those for us there on these halftime stats.
All right, we've got Elam throwing the ball with 7 of 9 completions for 164 yards and 3 touchdowns. Unfortunately, there is one interception.
That's right.
First interception.
First one on the season. That's right.
Yes, not running the ball very well. So Stevens only has 3 carries for 7 yards, and Clay Aikens has 2 carries for 15 yards. Doing good in the air, though, Sima has 3 receptions for 99 yards and 2 touchdowns. Big touchdowns.
Yes, big plays.
Petrosky, 1 reception for 12 yards. Creekmore, 1 for 43 yards with that big touchdown.
That's right.
And Person has 2 receptions for 10 yards.
Yeah, and to me, Jason, you're right. It's been the story of the big play. I mean, we talked about in the pregame show, the Hounds going to come out here, we thought, going to try to establish a line of scrimmage, play some good, tough football. But, quarterback Kate Elam comes out, throws it all around Campbell Field right here, and puts 21 points up in the first half. But, again, the Bulldogs respond and have that 1-point lead.
Yeah, some of those plays may be a little bit self-inflicted, and I think that was a little bit of the frustration maybe with Coach Salmons
think so.
at halftime that he'll address in that locker room there. You get the kickoff, goes out of bounds.
Yes.
You don't take it. You're going to get it at least to 35, maybe better than that. You want them to re-kick.
Get the tough flag.
And then you get a flag on that, backs you up. Hits the receiver in the hands and kind of goes into the hands, and then right place, right time for Hazard with the interception, and then they're able to punch it in. And so the more opportunities that you give this Hazard Bulldog team, the more confidence that they have as they go through. And I'm telling you, a little bit of a different swagger on this side of the sideline with Hazard, maybe so than Corbin right now. Yeah, we'll see how that bears out in the second half.
I think so. And the Bulldogs just kind of, was hanging around. And you're right. You can call it what you want, but a tough break, a little bad luck for the Hounds on the interception and the ricochet. If it bounces out of bounds, the Hounds are fine. But, man, I'm telling you what, the Bulldogs make a play and hang around. And somehow, some way, like I said a minute ago, the Hounds in command 21-8. But somehow, some way, the Bulldogs right here at halftime with a 1-point lead.
Yeah, it's a 2-point conversion.
Yes.
That's the kind of the difference as that's big. Hazard 2 of 3 on the 2-point conversions to be able to push that lead.
And that adds up.
22-21 lead. So we're in a dogfight.
That's right.
I've tried not to say it all night.
I know it.
We're in a dogfight.
You got the Bulldogs and the Hounds battling it out, and so it is. You're right, a tough dogfight right here, and going to be interesting. We talked about the Hounds getting the football, coming out of the half right here. So if you're Coach Luke Salmons, no panic. Of course, the Hounds coaching staff knows how to make those halftime adjustments and put the Hounds in a good position. So I expect the Hounds come out here in the second half and play good football.
There's been a lot of talk about the win streak coming to an end last Friday night, like 40 in a row regular season games.
That's right.
The last loss was in 2020 of September, but you can't let one loss become 2.
That's right. Yeah,
and
exactly.
right now, the Hounds really big character test coming out in this second half, I think.
I think so, and I think you're exactly right. I mean, the Hounds are definitely tested right here. The Hounds, I've said it again, we're in command, but see the football game you do a little bit of a twist. So you're right, going to test the Corbin Red Hounds, and Coach Luke Salmons, head coach Luke Salmons, going to test your mettle a little bit. You've got to come out here. You got to, meet the score where it is, down 1 point. No matter how it got there, you're down 1 point. You take this football, you go back, take advantage of your opportunity, and try to put points on the board and kind of reestablish a little bit of Red Hound dominance in this second half.
Yeah, they'll get an opportunity right out of the gate as they'll be receiving the football to start the third quarter. Well, we're at the half right now with Hazard on top of Corbin, 22-21, and 9:42 on the halftime clock as we're counting you down as we'll get back to kickoff here in the third quarter. But we appreciate you joining us here on T1073. Thank you so much for spending time with us this evening. We got a great second half coming up for you. As we come back, we'll take a look at the scoring summary for you and talk a little bit more about this football game as we're counting you down back to the third quarter with the Hazard Bulldogs on top of the Red Hounds, 22-21. This is Red Hound football on T1073.
Hey, this is Sammy here at Sammy's Furniture, and apparently pain heals, chicks dig scars, and glory lasts forever, just like the mattresses here at Sammy's Furniture and Mattress. Guys, we got over 62 floor model mattresses, and they're in stock and ready to be taken home today. We'll help you find a mattress that won't break your back or your budget. We've got discounts when you pick it up, and 12 months same as cash financing if you need it, folks. At Sammy's Furniture and Mattress, we're open 7 days a week from 10 to 6, on Sundays from 12 to 5. You can score a touchdown with a mattress from Sammy's Furniture and Mattress. Come see us today.
For over 56 years, Tri-County Cycle Sales and the Hart family have kept you on the trails with the biggest names in off-road adventure. Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, CF Moto. No matter which brand excites you the most, you'll always receive service after the sale when you purchase your next side-by-side, ATV, or motorcycle from the Hart family and Tri-County Cycle Sales. From southeastern Kentucky to parts of Tennessee and Virginia, your next off-road adventure starts with Tri-County Cycle Sales. Located at 8775 U.S. Highway 25 in Corbin, across from Kentucky Outdoorsman. Phone 606-528-4792.
Ever heard the phrase big enough to serve you, small enough to know you? It's true at Hometown Bank. From the easy-to-use mobile app to online banking and even bill pay, Hometown Bank has everything you need to make banking easier. Whether you need to make a mobile deposit or would rather stop in and see a friendly, smiling face in person, Hometown Bank is here and ready to help. Stop in and find out how easy working with a Hometown Bank can be. Visit the Hometown Bank nearest you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Need auto repairs? Then you need Owens Auto Repair. Owens offers a wide variety of parts and services. You'll find all the top name brand batteries and tires to a full line of truck and auto parts. Utility beds, Sherman-Williams auto paint, weather guard toolboxes, custom-made hydraulic hoses, and yes, service work for cars, trucks, and RVs. Whether it's auto repairs or just a battery or new tires, Owens Auto Repair has you covered. Owens Auto Repair, serving you for more than half a century. Located just down from Corbin High School on Cumberland Falls Highway in Corbin.
You know Mountain Dew is like no other soft drink on earth. That's because Mountain Dew is the boldest soft drink the world has ever seen. Today, Mountain Dew, the most iconic flavor in the history of soft drinks, has spawned a new generation of outrageously craveable flavors that share its glory, like Mountain Dew Major Melon, Mountain Dew Code Red, Mountain Dew Spark, Mountain Dew Voltage, and Mountain Dew Livewire. So here's to the neon royalty of Dew and the Dew flavors that have come after it, the boldest flavors on earth.
Corbin right now, 22-21. Hazard got the football to start the first quarter. The Red Hounds did a great job on defense getting the ball back for their offense, and they wasted not much time there as Ela found Sima for a 30-yard touchdown reception with 9:37 to go in the first quarter. Sima's kick was good, and the Red Hounds were on top 7-0, but the Bulldogs came right back down. Pretty impressive drive. Ended with a 5-yard touchdown pass from Pelfrey to Holbrook. 2-point conversion run by Pelfrey was good, and the Bulldogs went on top of the Red Hounds 8-7. But then Corbin came back and scored 14 straight as had a 3-play 63-yard drive that ended with a 43-yard touchdown catch from Elam to Creekmore with 11:51 to go in the second quarter, and the Red Hounds retook the lead at 14-8. And then the teams traded a couple of fourth down conversions, and then the Red Hounds were able to get the ball back. And then, again, another 3-play drive from their own 34. Took just about a minute and a half off the clock, and it was a 51-yard touchdown pass from Elam to Sama. Sama's kick was good, and with 5:07 to go until halftime, 5:07 to go until halftime, the Red Hounds were on top, 21-8. But give Hazard a lot of credit. They're able to march the ball back down the field. They get a conversion on 4th and 7. It's a 20-yard touchdown pass from Pelfrey to Johnson on that 4th and 7 conversion. The 2-point conversion pass from Pelfrey to White, and the Bulldogs had cut the lead to 5 at 21-16 with a minute 38 left to go.
Yes.
And then disaster just really happened to the Red Hounds on a kickoff return, holding penalty, backed them up inside their own 15-yard line. A pass that went out of the hands of a receiver into the hands of Johnson of Hazard for the interception, and then they were able to Hazard from there is returned down to about the 11-yard line. We had another penalty against the Red Hounds.
Another one. That's right.
Hands to the face that marched it half the distance to the goal. The Red Hounds did their best to try to keep the Bulldogs out of the end zone, but it ended with a 1-yard touchdown pass. This time it was Shoptall with the throw to Johnson. And for Gavin's, I believe it's a third touchdown reception.
I think so.
Second touchdown reception of the night, and it was one that was up for grabs. Johnson just out-jumped everybody.
Yes.
The 2-point conversion failed, but that's where we're at right now,
Yeah.
22-21. It's just a strange set of events in that last 5:07 right before the half.
And that's what I was going to talk about right there. You're right. I mean, the Hounds in command 21-8, and then you have the big 4th down conversion that you talked about and the touchdown, and then the Hounds reset, get the flag, get behind the chains a little bit, get bad field position, and then the ricochet turns into an interception, and then the Bulldogs take advantage of that. So, I mean, in a matter of just a minute or two, from the Hounds being in the lead 21-8, I mean, you look up here at halftime, and you're down a point. So, just a really unfortunate events there occurred late in the second quarter to get the Hounds down 1 point. So, again, we talk about it all the time. Look for the Hounds to come out right here, make those halftime adjustments. Coach Luke Salmon's in there, a little frustrated, but like we said a minute ago, but I expect the Hounds to come out here, play good second-half football, and take control of this football game.
Well, we're at the half right now with the Bulldogs on top of Corbin, 22-21. And when we come back, we'll get you set for third quarter action. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T1073.
Hey, this is Sammy here at Sammy's Furniture, and apparently pain heals, chicks dig scars, and glory lasts forever, just like the mattresses here at Sammy's Furniture and Mattress. Guys, we got over 62 floor model mattresses, and they're in stock and ready to be taken home today. We'll help you find a mattress that won't break your back or your budget. We've got discounts when you pick it up, and 12 months same as cash financing if you need it, folks. At Sammy's Furniture and Mattress, we're open 7 days a week from 10 to 6, on Sundays from 12 to 5. You can score a touchdown with a mattress from Sammy's Furniture and Mattress. Come see us today.
For over 56 years, Tri-County Cycle Sales in the Hart family have kept you on the trails with the biggest names in off-road adventure. Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, CF Moto. No matter which brand excites you the most, you'll always receive service after the sale when you purchase your next side-by-side, ATV, or motorcycle from the Hart family in Tri-County Cycle Sales. From southeastern Kentucky to parts of Tennessee and Virginia, your next off-road adventure starts with Tri-County Cycle Sales. Located at 8775 U.S. Highway 25 in Corbin, across from Kentucky Outdoorsman. Phone 606-528-4792.
Ever heard the phrase big enough to serve you, small enough to know you? It's true at Hometown Bank. From the easy-to-use mobile app to online banking and even bill pay, Hometown Bank has everything you need to make banking easier. Whether you need to make a mobile deposit or would rather stop in and see a friendly, smiling face in person, Hometown Bank is here and ready to help. Stop in and find out how easy working with a Hometown Bank can be. Visit the Hometown Bank nearest you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Need auto repairs? Then you need Owens Auto Repair. Owens offers a wide variety of parts and services. You'll find all the top name brand batteries and tires to a full line of truck and auto parts. Utility beds, Sherman-Williams auto paint, weather guard toolboxes, custom-made hydraulic hoses, and yes, service work for cars, trucks, and RVs. Whether it's auto repairs or just a battery or new tires, Owens Auto Repair has you covered. Owens Auto Repair, serving you for more than half a century. Located just down from Corbin High School on Cumberland Falls Highway in Corbin.
You know Mountain Dew is like no other soft drink on earth. That's because Mountain Dew is the boldest soft drink the world has ever seen. Today, Mountain Dew, the most iconic flavor in the history of soft drinks, has spawned a new generation of outrageously craveable flavors that share its glory, like Mountain Dew Major Melon, Mountain Dew Code Red, Mountain Dew Spark, Mountain Dew Voltage, and Mountain Dew Livewire. So here's to the neon royalty of Dew and the Dew flavors that have come after it, the boldest flavors on earth.
Hey, this is Sammy from Sammy's Furniture, and if you wake up every morning on the 20-yard line and feel like you can't make it to the end zone, that's because you're not sleeping on a mattress from Sammy's Furniture and Mattress. Guys, we got over 62 floor model mattresses, and they're in stock and ready to be taken home today. We'll help you find a mattress that won't break your back or your budget. We've got discounts when you pick it up, and 12 months same as cash financing if you need it, folks. At Sammy's Furniture and Mattress, we're open 7 days a week from 10 to 6. On Sundays from 12 to 5, you can score a touchdown with a mattress from Sammy's Furniture and Mattress. Come see us today.
The induction of the 2024 class of Hall of Fame, Red Hound Varsity Club. And Jenny has been working frantically trying to come up with some names. We'll try to pass that along to you. Both teams now have come back out of the locker room and kind of warming up on each end of the field. JB, Corbin will get a chance to receive the football to start this third quarter. What would you like to see these Red Hounds do? You can't say score. Just tell me how are they going to score. We'll just say that.
That's right. And before I do that, Jason, again, just want to say from T107 right here and myself and all of us in the broadcast booth, tip our hat to the Red Hound Hall of Fame and just congratulate all the inductees on that. But you're right. Hounds coming out in the second half right here. Again, get the football, so that's a bonus. And you hope that things bounce, the Hounds' way a little bit. We saw the Hounds have a couple bad breaks there with a flag and an interception, a ricochet interception. And so you hope that things kind of bounce the Hounds' way. And I look for Coach Elam, Coach Salmons, the head coach, Coach Elam, offense coordinator, just to come out here, put the gas pedal down, and try to put points on the board in a hurry, and then turn things over to the Hounds' defense. We talked about in the pregame show would the Hounds run the football, but I'm telling you what, they're kind of reversing the deal a little bit. Usually you run the football to set up the pass game, but right now the Hounds are passing the football to set up the run game. So I look for the Hounds offense to come out here and fire some bullets downfield and try to score in a hurry.
We saw Akins kind of come in late in that second quarter and come up with some inspired runs, and we kind of watched that Corbin offensive line starting to open up.
That's right.
Some bigger holes. Is that a factor here to see, can this Corbin team wear down this Hazard line and control the line of scrimmage?
Well, I think so. And you look at the numbers. I mean, of course, Hazard a single-A team. The Hounds, of course, a big 4A team. So you look at the sidelines. Hounds got a lot more numbers. And we talked about that a little bit off air. Is that something that kind of takes hold in the second half? And I think it does. So could definitely be a factor wearing down the Bulldogs a little bit. And maybe that run game does get going a little bit better in the second half. And to me, you need that run game. You don't want to be one-dimensional offensively. So, again, we talked about it in the first half, talked about it in the pregame show. Haven't seen it yet, but I still think the Hounds at the end of the day, got to get that run game going a little bit. And maybe that, that comes into play a little bit in this second half.
I think also for Corbin, a lot of those mistakes that kind of snowballed on them there in that last 5 minutes before the half, are correctable.
I think so.
And I think you have to try to right the ship here. And I think if you can march it down the field, and put points on the board, right, and then come right back and your defense get a stop and get the ball back for your offense, I think that will do a lot for this Corbin confidence. Because how does that play? I mean, you're coming off of a loss last Friday night, and here you're right back in again, I'll say it, a dogfight.
That's right. Yeah, maybe the Hounds a little bit, kind of like, man, what's going on right here? Had a good half, but a couple bad breaks, and you look up and you're down a point. So I think the message at halftime of Coach Luke Salmons is, you know what? No panic right here. We come out, we establish ourselves, and just like you mentioned, Jason, we go in here, we put a touchdown on the board, then we get a 3-and-out on defense, and everything's right and everything's good right here at Campbell Field for the Corbin Red Hounds.
Well, Hazard is already looking to get another 4A win under their belt, and in the same district, they knocked off Letcher County Central.
That's right.
Back on the 13th, and they beat Letcher County Central 32-31.
Yeah, 1-point game, just like it is right here. So, you're right. I mean, the Bulldogs are used to playing in big games, and definitely would consider this a huge, huge win if some way, somehow they could pull it out. But I'll tell you, I gotta believe right here, Red Hound Nation, the Red Hound football team, going to come out, establish themselves, do a great job, and put some points on the board and get a good second half effort to get this win right here on Red Hound Hall of Fame weekend at Campbell Field right here.
Well, this is both offenses high-powered. They come in averaging 36 a game for Corbin, 38 for Hazard. And right now they're shooting over that total at the half if things continue to trend. So we thought this might be a shootout, and that's what it's turned out to be.
I think so, yeah, looking exactly like a shootout. And number 14, Gavin Johnson, done a great job. But I tell you what, number 2, Noah Sima, answering for the Red Hound offense.
Looks like, I believe that's Sebastian that will be the normal place kicker for Hazard. He'll tee the ball up on the near hash at the 40, kicking from right to left. Creekmore is the deep man for Corbin. So you have Stevens at the 20, Salmon standing at about the 30-yard line, Mahan at the 35 in the middle of the field, all looking for this short kick. Kick is away, end over end. And Mahan's going to take it at the 30, across the 35, fights his way out to the 40, maybe to the 41. It's a good field position starting. We'll maybe even just keep marking it to the 42 here for Corbin.
So, I mean, even the first kickoff right here, Hounds set up offensively in good shape right here on their own 42-yard line. Again, no panic. Quarterback Cade Elam kind of doing his thing and comes out here ready to take over in the second half.
Red Hounds will be moving from left to right in this third quarter. Trailing by 1. 2 wide outs to the left, 1 wide out to the right. Shotgun snap, they'll give to Stevens.
There he goes.
Stevens following his tackles or his blockers ahead across the 50, out to the Hazard 47-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 12 on that first down run, and that offensive line really opened up a big hole.
Yeah, good sight to see right there. We talked about it, get that running game going, and Hounds don't disappoint. That first play of the second half, pounded it up in there. Good hard run, good blocking by the Hounds offensive line.
2 wide outs either way for the Red Hounds. Stevens to the right of Elam. Shotgun snap. Stevens this time off the left side.
There he goes.
Same result. Across the 40, the 35, and tripped out down around the 32-yard line.
Yes, and I'll tell you what, just another good run right there off that left side behind that big Red Hound wall. And J.T. Gentry, all those big Red Hound wall leading the way up in there. Really, really good job by the Hounds.
Another gain of 12 for Stevens on first down. 2 running plays, and already Corbin is at the Hazard 34. Stevens again off the right side.
There we go.
And they try to strip it, but he hangs on to it, and he's met by a wall of Bulldogs, but he'll be marked at the 35-yard line, and maybe a gain of 9 on that first down run.
Yeah, and so far a tale of 2 halves. I mean, we saw the Hounds offensively in the first half come out and throw the football all around the football field, but right now the Hounds, just pounding away and having a lot of success. So, to me, really good to see the Hounds, run the football and have success.
Hinkle and Reeder off that right side providing big holes for Stevens, and now Hazard will jump into the neutral zone, and that'll be 5 free yards and a first down for Corbin.
Yeah, and again, that's what a little bit of the run game does too. I mean, you can get those defenders trying to come up in there really quick, kind of guess the snap count, if you will, and shoot in there. But the Hounds smart and take advantage of the Bulldogs being aggressive and pick up 5 free yards. So really good job by the Hounds right there.
Fresh set of downs for Corbin from the Bulldog 20. Ball on the near hash, moving from left to right. Stevens again on the call. This time the Bulldogs come up and meet him in the hole there. That's Linden for Hazard on the stop. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Yeah, and the first time really, in this first half that we've seen the Hounds kind of get shut down a little bit in the run game, but no problem right there. You just keep pounding, you keep banging on the Bulldogs, and we talked about at halftime, the school, 4A school for the Hounds, 1A, that definitely is going to come into play in this second half.
2 wide outs to the left, 2 wide outs to the right. It's Sama and Person. And they'll swing it over to Creekmore on the far side. 15,
there he
10,
goes.
And knocked out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for Corbin.
Yeah, really good job right there. Colton Creekmore catching the little bubble screen out to the left. Eli Petrosky doing a great job in space, blocking for Colton Creekmore.
We've had a penalty, though, and it's coming back.
We didn't see the flag, but you're right. Going to come back. My goodness.
Really tough to see. The official is going to the official press box, so we don't necessarily get to see. I believe it's holding, though, is the call.
Yeah, I think so.
So we'll play 2nd down again. So that negates what would be a 1st and goal coming up for the Red Hounds.
Huge play right there. Hounds, unfortunate with a penalty, and gets the Hounds behind the chains right here on 2nd down.
They'll mark the ball back at the Hazard 27. The line to gain is right around the 10-yard line, or is the 10-yard line, rather. 2 wide outs to the left, 2 wide outs here to the right. They'll send Person in motion from left to right. Shotgun snap. Elam looking to pass. Looking across the middle of the field. Now he's going to look here to the near side.
There we go.
Make the assignment at the 20. At the 15, stays in bounds. And they're going to say he got knocked out of bounds around the 14-yard line, so they'll bring up 3rd and 4. So on 2nd and 16, the Red Hounds get 12 of that back and make this a lot more manageable.
Yeah, good job right there. The big offensive line for the Hounds gives Kate Elam, quarterback for the Hounds, a little bit of time. And, just a good pitch and catch right there to, like you said, make it 3rd and manageable. So the Hounds back in business in the red zone right here.
3rd and 4 now for Corbin from the 14. Shotgun formation. Elam takes the snap, just going to run ahead. Across the 10, the 5, inside the 5 to maybe the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal for Corbin.
Man, I'll tell you what, quarterback Kate Elam, a great job right there. Kate Elam, 17 carries, 93 yards, and 5 touchdowns on the season so far. So Kate Elam knows how to lower his shoulder, knows how to get the tough yards close to the goal line. So really tough run right there by quarterback Kate Elam.
Drive started around the 30-yard line for Corbin, and they've taken nearly 3 minutes off the clock. 2 wide outs to the left, 2 wide outs to the right. Stevens, they'll fake the handoff to him.
There he is.
And he'll keep it himself, does Elam, gets into the end zone for the Corbin touchdown.
There we go, a little bit of RPO action. You get to fake the number 27, Cole Stevens. Kate Elam keeps it around that right side. Again, knows how to get to the end zone. 5 touchdowns on the season. That makes number 6. And we talked about at halftime, Jason, how would the Hounds respond getting the football on offense to start this second half? And my goodness, they've definitely answered the bell to get this lead and take control of this football game.
So nice drive there by Corbin out of this halftime locker room to retake the lead at 27-22. Sama trying to add one more onto the total, and he does with the extra point. And with 8:51 left in the third, it is Corbin 28, Hazard 22. This is Red Hound football on T1073.
For over 56 years, Tri-County Cycle Sales in the Hart family have kept you on the trails with the biggest names in off-road adventure. Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, CF Moto. No matter which brand excites you the most, you'll always receive service after the sale when you purchase your next side-by-side, ATV, or motorcycle from the Hart family in Tri-County Cycle Sales. From southeastern Kentucky to parts of Tennessee and Virginia, your next off-road adventure starts with Tri-County Cycle Sales. Located at 8775 U.S. Highway 25 in Corbin, across from Kentucky Outdoorsman. Phone 606-528-4792.
That's okay. Yep. You're going to leave us anyway, Eric. So it doesn't matter.
I mean, really.
And welcome back here to Campbell Field with Red Hounds on top, 28-22. Nice drive coming out of that halftime locker room. And here's Sama kicking from left to right on the far hash. It's going to send Johnson inside the 5. It's through his hands, picks it up in the end zone, brings it across the 5-yard line, and nowhere to go.
Got him.
And dropped at around the 11-yard line.
Man, great job right there. Great kick by Noah Sama, of course, and then Sean Brooks in there with a hit. Number 30, Clay Aikens, hustling down there. And, Jason, we got half the job done. We saw the Hounds come out of the half, take control of the football game, get the score. Now the special teams unit for the Hounds have pinned the Bulldogs back. So, Hounds looking to get a 3-and-out right here and take even more command of this football game.
So the Bulldogs will have the ball on the near hash from their own 11. Moving from right to left. 8:42 left in the third. Corbin on top, 28-22. Two-back set out of the shotgun formation. And there's Pelfrey faking the handoff.
There we go.
And he's going to be cut down at about the 12-yard line as that was Tayton Cox that came up and met Pelfrey.
Yeah, really good job right there. We saw a little RPO action from the Bulldogs. Max Pelfrey, and, keeps the football, comes up, makes a hit. Tayton Cox doing a good job in space. You get those guys in space, you got to come up, you got to break down, you got to make a good tackle. And Hounds for defense right there, number 25, Tayton Cox, does a great job.
2nd and 9 from the 12 for Hazard, from their own 12. Shotgun formation, 3 wide here to the near side. 1 wide out to the right. Corbin showing blitz off the edges. Pelfrey takes the shotgun snap. Pump fakes. Got pressure coming. He's got nowhere to go with it. He flicks it at the last second. Incomplete. And was just running for his life there to the sideline. And he'll bring up 3rd and 9 now from the Hazard 12 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, look like Griffin Bates, Eli Petrosky getting that pressure on the front side, but you're right, the blitz from Tayton Cox, number 25 on the backside, did a really good job to kind of flush Max Pelfrey out of the pocket, and then you got to tip your hat to the coverage on the back end as well. So really good job. 3rd down right here. Hounds got the Bulldogs pinned. Need to get off the field right here. Hounds defense on 3rd down.
Well, we've watched the Bulldogs pull some big plays.
That's right.
On 3rd and long, 4th and long to keep drives alive. This one's a big one here. Comes with 7:53 in the 3rd. With Corbin on top, 28-22. 3rd and 9 from the Hazard 12, and now the officials will stop the clock. And as the play clock was running down, and they have to burn a timeout to keep the delay of game penalty. We'll take a timeout as well. 7:53 left here in the 3rd. It's Corbin 28, Hazard 22. This is Red Hound football on T1073.
Ever heard the phrase big enough to serve you, small enough to know you? It's true at Hometown Bank. From the easy-to-use mobile app to online banking and even bill pay, Hometown Bank has everything you need to make banking easier. Whether you need to make a mobile deposit or would rather stop in and see a friendly, smiling face in person, Hometown Bank is here and ready to help. Stop in and find out how easy working with a Hometown Bank can be. Visit the Hometown Bank nearest you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And welcome back here to Campbell Field. Hazard having to take the timeout to avoid the delay of game penalty. Looking at a 3rd and 9 from their own 12. Ball on the near hash mark. Big defensive stop here for the Red Hounds if they can get it, JB.
Yeah, you got to find number 14, Gavin Johnson, right here. Make somebody else catch a football on this big 3rd down.
Empty backfield from the gun. Pelfrey looking to pass. Pressure coming. Rolls away from it and has to throw it in the dirt. Intended receiver was Wyatt. And that'll be a nice 3-and-out for the Red Hounds. And I know you love special teams, JB.
Love it.
Think about special teams pinning them back inside the 15.
That's right.
To be able, and then the defense came up, as you say, complimentary football.
That's right, it is, and that's one of the things sometimes a lot of fans forget about. I mean, offense, defense, big plays, but special teams, right there pays off. And again, we get the touchdown, Hounds get the touchdown, and right here force the punt. Hounds really going to be in good shape, field position.
And the
right
snap
here.
is over the punter's head, and it goes out of bounds, and that will be a safety.
Man, I'll tell you, a bad snap. You're right. So, man, things going well for the Hounds coming out of half, and just a really really big break, and Hounds, extend their lead with that safety, and then, the Bulldogs going to have to punt the football out of here again.
So put 2 on the board for Corbin, and that increases the lead to 8. And now the free kick by Hazard should set up Corbin with some pretty good field position.
Exactly, and that's earning the 2-point conversion the hard way right there with a safety. And, again, you're right. I mean, the Bulldogs going to have to kick or punt the football right here at their own 20-yard line. So, setting the Hounds offense up for success, again, with the special teams. And you just said it, Jason. All this happened because of the special teams of the Hounds doing a really good job, and then the defense finishing the Bulldogs off right there on that possession. So, Colton Creekmore, Cole Stevens back deep. Hounds should come out of this punt or kick right here with really good field position for the Hounds offense.
They'll be kicking the football from the 20-yard line. And it is an end-over-end kick, hits at the 35. Creekmore picks it up at the 30, across the 35, the 40, and knifes his way out to around the 49-yard line. And Hazard comes in and tries to finish off the play. The ball comes loose, but, Creekmore was already down by contact, and Corbin will keep the ball there at their own 48, so another short field for the Red Hounds.
Yeah, and Colton Creekmore, not to miss the point right there, almost looked like a shortstop scooping up the ball right there, and then gets north and south in a hurry, and again, setting up the Hounds offense right about midfield. So look for quarterback Cade Elam to attack and try to extend this Red Hound lead.
2 wideouts to the left, 2 wideouts to the right is Creekmore and Petrosky. That is the wide side of the field for the Red Hounds. They're moving from left to right. Elam takes the snap, gives to Stevens. Big hole.
There he goes.
Off the left side across the 45. The 40 still on his feet and fights his way down to the 36-yard line.
Man, I was sitting there thinking, I was like, are the Hounds going to come out here and pound the football? Are they going to, maybe throw it? But I'll tell you what, Coach Salmons went at halftime, said the Hounds are going to run the football. And my goodness, Cole Stevens off that left side, huge gain for the Red Hounds.
14-yard gain. 16-yard gain for Stevens on first down, makes it a new set of downs for Corbin from the Hazard 36. High snap, but Elam handles it, gives it to Stevens again. Spun down around the 33-yard line. That'll be a gain of 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Yeah, and again, a good run in there, didn't break it for 12 or anything like that, but just a good run in between the tackles. Cole Stevens picking up 2, 3, 4 yards in there, just setting up the Hounds, not being behind the chains, making it third and manageable if you get to that third down. So, again, the running game really centers around how the Hounds want to run this football.
Filed under something you don't see every day. Petrosky found the kicking tee and threw it to the sideline after running his route. Shotgun formation, quick hitch to Creekmore. Creekmore hit around the neck there, around the head area. There's 2 flags, but it's thrown opposite of that play, JB.
Wow.
And I'm not really sure what the officials saw, but both of them saw it.
Yes.
But Creekmore with the catch and spun down around the 25.
Thought maybe face mask, but not sure. Creekmore kind of got spun around a little bit. And, again, that play action, that RPO creates that window right out there for number 3, Colton Creekmore.
We'll see what this call is. Again, it's opposite.
Yes, that is odd.
Play.
That is odd. You're right. I mean, the official.
Looks like they're going to maybe against Corbin here. Oh, okay.
Wow.
So 2 offsetting personal fouls, one against Corbin, one against Hazard, and we'll replay the down. So 2nd and 7 again for Corbin from the Hazard 33.
Yeah, just kind of reset right here. So, look for the Hounds again, just trying to move the football, with this 6:23 left, third quarter, up 30-22, trying to extend the lead. Hounds coming out, firing on all cylinders in this second half.
2 wideouts either way for the Red Hounds. Stevens to the left of Elam. Takes the shotgun snap, gives to Stevens off the right side, and He'll be stopped at about the 31, gain of 2 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, good tough run in there by number 27, Cole Stevens. And I mean, when you look at the defensive line for the Bulldogs there's a big number 72 in there. They're big up front. So Hounds red wall, really moving the Bulldogs against their will. But again, a huge 3rd down right here for Cade Elam and the Corbin Red Hounds. See if they can move the chains and keep this drive going.
Yeah, on the right side, you got Miller and Reeder. Then the left side, you've got Tolliver and Hatfield. Taking the snap. Shotgun formation again, and Elam spins it.
Wow.
Complete to Person, who wrestles it away from Johnson of Hazard for the 1st down at the Hazard 19-yard line. I think of the play earlier, JB, where Johnson kind of out-jumped Person for the ball for the touchdown score. That time, Person won the battle.
He did right there. Almost double teamed right there, but you're right. Just comes in there and makes a catch, a contested catch, or what you call a 50-50 ball. But Trey Person comes down with a catch and moves the chains for the Hounds.
Shotgun formation for Corbin from the Hazard 19. Akins is the back to the left of Elam. Shotgun snap. Finds Petrosky off a quick hit right around the 15-yard line. That'll be a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd and 6.
Yeah, and Eli just, going in there, running a little bit of a comeback route and find that little empty spot on the sideline and making a catch in space as well. So, again, the Hounds, we saw the Hounds start off this drive running the football. Now they're opening up the passing game a little bit. So a really balanced attack right here on this drive for the Corbin Red Hounds.
4:45 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Corbin on top 30-22 after trailing 22-21 at the half. Shotgun snap, and Elam fakes it on the RPO and kind of just overshot Person there. Fake the handoff to Akins. Looked like he had some room to run around the left end, but instead chose to throw to Person on the run.
Yeah.
And Person, it just kind of sailed over his head a little bit. 3rd and 6 coming up.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a big play, and just unfortunately a little bit, like you said, the ball kind of sails on quarterback Cade Elam. And we know big play Trey, if he keeps the ball in space, he can make big things happen.
3rd and 6 for Corbin from the Hazard 15. Pressure looks like coming off the left edge for Hazard. Ball on the near hash mark here for the Hounds as they're moving from left to right. You've got Simon and Person, the wide receivers on the left side, but they'll give it to Stevens. Big burst of speed. A big hole down to the 10 and around maybe the 6-yard line, 7-yard line.
Really close.
It's going to be close to a 1st down, and it looks like it is. As they lay the chains down, it'll be 1st and goal for Corbin from the 8.
And a really cool call right there. I mean, you're sitting 3rd and 6. You're thinking pass, and then the Hounds say, you know what, no doubt, we're going to just run the football right at you. Cole Stevens gets in between the tackles, moves the chains. Love it, that big running game, kind of kicking it into gear right here.
Yeah, running behind Miller and Reeder. And this is Stevens there. Cuts across the grain, tripped up at the 5, falls forward to maybe the 3-yard line.
Yes.
It'll bring up 2nd and goal.
Yeah, Hounds just kind of pounding it right now and bringing in the big guys, looks like. So good to see the Hounds really kind of establishing the line of scrimmage, playing good, tough football, and really saying, Bulldogs, stop us if you can. And I tell you what, number 27, Cole Stevens, pounding the rock right here. Be great to see the Hounds pound this one in and, kind of take the lead even more in the second half.
Corbin is working on taking 4 minutes off this third quarter clock on this drive as we're at 3:33. Shotgun snap. Elam keeps it himself, runs off the right side and gets into the end zone for the touchdown. And now there is a penalty marker at the end of the play, well after the play. And it may be coming back. I don't know. It's going to be holding against Corbin. And that flag came after Elam was in the back of the end zone.
I'm telling you. Tough break right there. Quarterback Cade Elam, a touchdown on the ground tonight with touchdown number 6, and looked like he had touchdown number 7, but late flag comes in right here, and looks like going to move the Hounds back. So tough break right here for the Hounds as they were looking to the Hounds were looking to extend their lead late in this third quarter.
So still waiting for them to mark off the penalty. If it's from the spot of the foul, it's 10 yards from there. That's huge here when you're second and go.
That's right. Yeah, just a huge penalty. And like you said, flag came in a little bit late. Actually, a personal foul against the Bulldogs as well. So maybe you back it off 10, move it up 15, or half the distance. I guess that's how they're going to do it.
You have to have a calculator either way on that.
Exactly.
I'm not really sure what the explanation was there. And Coach Salmons, I don't think he's liking the explanation.
No.
Now they're going to –
yeah, they move the Hounds back, but now they're going to go forward on the personal foul half the distance. So
they have moved the football all over the place here. We're still waiting to see where it'll finally end up. Usually the official marking that off, you kind of see them actually count those yards off as they step it off. But it looks like it's going to end up at the Hazard 7-yard line.
I think so. Yeah. So that's where the Hounds going to line up.
So we'll call it actually it's going to be maybe right at the 6, in between the 7 and the 6. So we'll call it 2nd and goal from the 6, which is about where you said.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, the Hounds, really needing to take control right here. 3:28 left, third quarter. Hounds up 30-22. Hounds need to cash in again right here, to take, again, control of this football game.
Mahan is in the backfield for Corbin, but they'll give it to Creekmore around the right end. He gets in for the touchdown.
Wow.
And Hazard wants a holding call. You might have heard it here, but it was just a great block.
Really good block on the edge.
And it's sprung Creekmore for the touchdown on the 6-yard run, and it puts Corbin on top, 36-22.
Really good job right there. Colton Creekmore, one of the X-factor backs for the Hounds, can do it all. Gets around that edge and makes a couple defenders miss, knows how to get to the end zone, and does a great job to extend the Corbin Red Hound lead. Great job by the Hounds right there to cash in on that possession and take command of this football game.
So the Red Hounds go 52 yards and take 4 minutes and 10 seconds off the clock. And 3:22 left in the third, and Corbin up by 14 now, 36-22 as we wait for Sima's extra point. You can tell the Hazard faithful here not happy with the no call.
Yeah, I think so. And again, just the touchdown speaking to the shootout. Hounds with 36 points on the board.
Sima's kick is away, and it is through the uprights, and Corbin stretches their lead now to 15. With 3:22 left in the third, it's the Red Hounds 37, Bulldogs 22. This is Red Hound football on T1073.
Ever heard the phrase big enough to serve you, small enough to know you? It's true at Hometown Bank. From the easy-to-use mobile app to online banking and even bill pay, Hometown Bank has everything you need to make banking easier. Whether you need to make a mobile deposit or would rather stop in and see a friendly, smiling face in person, Hometown Bank is here and ready to help. Stop in and find out how easy working with a Hometown Bank can be. Visit the Hometown Bank nearest you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Red Hounds have come out of the halftime locker room with 16 unanswered to take control right now with 3:22 in the third. The latest episode there was Creekmore on the 6-yard run on 2nd and goal from the 6 for the Red Hounds. Red Hounds also got a safety during this sequence of events on the errant snap by Hazard. And the Red Hounds also scored on their opening drive of the third quarter to put 16 on the board to go from 1 down to 15 up at 37-22.
Yeah, and if you wanted to know how Coach Salmons would want this second half to start, you've seen it right here. Great job, great response by the Hounds.
Sima on the far hash, kicking from left to right. It's going to go out of bounds. And right around the 10-yard line. So Hazard will take the ball at the 35.
Yeah, I think so. And again, the defense coming out right here. You get this 37-22 lead late in the third quarter. Gives the defense kind of an opportunity to play a little bit more aggressive. You don't have to worry. You're in a top football game, a couple scores, so gives you a little bit of extra lead right here. So look for the Hounds. We saw the blitzes by Tayton Cox off the edge, the pressure by Eli Petrosky, Griffin Bates. So look for the Hounds to be aggressive right here and try to force this 3 and out for the Hazard Bulldogs.
Hazard will have the ball on the far hash, moving from right to left. Pelfrey, the quarterback, from the gun. Has Blankenship to his left. And Blankenship gets the call. Fights across the 35, still on his feet across the 40, falls forward to the 42. And that'll be a gain of about 7 on that first down run. 2nd and 3 coming up.
Yeah, Silas Mahan in there for the hit on the for the Hounds defense. And looked like Jace Hatfield had a blank ship in the backfield, but able to kind of squirt loose there. But Silas Mahan comes up and finishes off Blankenship.
2 wide outs to the right, 2 wide outs to the left, stacked close together here on the near hash. Shotgun formation for the Bulldogs. High snap, but Pelfrey brings it down, gives it to Blankenship off the right side. Second effort across the 45, has the first down, and they'll mark him down at the Hazard 47.
Griffin Bates, number 10 on the hit. Griffin Bates having a really, really good game tonight. Griffin Bates coming to this football game, 27 total tackles on the year, but my goodness, having a good football game at the inside linebacker spot for the Red Hounds.
New set of downs for the Bulldogs from their own 47. 2:22 here in the third. Corbin on top, 37-22. From the gun. Blankenship, trouble on the handoff exchange, and Pelfrey has to fall on it back here at their own 41.
Just a really good break right there for the Hounds. A little miscue in the backfield, fumbling the football. Number 48, Luke Hatfield there to make the hit. And this is a spot right here where you got to know where number 14, Gavin Johnson, is. The Hounds have done a really good job defensively in this second half so far.
2nd and 15 from their own 42. Shotgun snap. They'll swing it here to Johnson.
There we go.
And a nice tackle there by Silas Mahan in the open field to limit Johnson to just maybe a yard on that play, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 14.
Yeah, and the Hounds, like I just said, I mean, the Hounds doing a good job knowing where Gavin Johnson is on the field. I mean, the Bulldogs wanting to put the football in Gavin Johnson's hands and see what he can do with it. But I tell you what, the Hounds doing a good job defensively coming up and making that hit.
The line to gain for Hazard will be the Corbin 43-yard line. 3rd and 13 from their own 44. Shotgun snap. Penalty marker flies as the ball is snapped, and Pelfrey has to throw it out of bounds. Intended receiver was Johnson, but good coverage there by the Red Hound secondary with Sammons there.
Yes.
As well as Nashawn Brooks.
Yeah, really good coverage on the back end, and I love the pressure from number 48, Luke Hatfield, as well. We've seen Hatfield do a good job all night long, so Hounds got a flag right here. I think going to decline maybe, right here, Jason.
And it'll be 4th and 13 as they decline the penalty.
Yeah, late in the third quarter right here. I mean, wonder if the Bulldogs maybe punt the football away. Looks like they're maybe going to line up and go for it right here.
Yeah, 1:05 to go in the third. They kind of sense
yes,
already down 2 scores.
Yep.
And Corbin has been able to get 2 scores on their 2 offensive possessions. Now Pelfrey scrambling for his life to the far side. Unleashes it. It's complete right around the 46-yard line. It is going to be a complete pass, but it'll be short of the first down by about 3 yards.
Yeah.
I got a little nervous. I watched the sideline judge start to move the sticks there, but now they've got it going the right way, and the Red Hounds, again, get a 4th down stop.
Yes.
Against Hazard, and they'll get the ball back for their offense.
Yeah, Max Pelfrey rolling out to the right and makes a good pitch and catch right there, but Trey Person in the vicinity makes the hit and gets the runner down for the Bulldogs. And just paying attention, just noticing right here, Jason, the Hounds have played this whole second half so far on one side of the field and definitely winning the field position battle right here in this second half.
59 seconds left in this third quarter. Corbin back with the football. 1st and 10 from their own 46. Plenty of time for Elam. Now protection starts to break down. He rolls here to the near side, and he'll find a man coming back across the field, which is Sama on the completion right around the 49-yard line.
Yeah, and a good job right there. Like you said, Elam had a lot of time, but really good coverage on the back end by the Bulldogs. But, Cade Elam being a senior doesn't panic, doesn't, push the panic button or anything, rolls out to the right, buys a little time, and finds number 2, Noah Sama there for a positive play.
Yeah, 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7 for the Red Hounds from their own 49. Ball on the near hash, moving from left to right. There's the give to Stevenson, using his blockers
there
out
we
front.
go.
Gets across the 45 of Hazard. Still moving the pile forward across the 40. Still has not stopped his forward progress. Now there's the whistle.
Yes.
And they'll mark him right around the 37-yard line of Hazard. Some inspired running there by Cole Stevens. Give a lot of credit to the big beef up front on that left side.
That's the play you want. That's how you want to run the football, just like you said, beating and banging and bullying your way up in there. Number 27, Cole Stevens, a good hard run right up in there to move the chains for the Hounds.
Give a lot of credit to Braxton Tolliver and Seth Jones there on that left side of the line, as that'll bring the first quarter to the end, and we'll head to the fourth with the Red Hounds in Hazard territory with a 37-22 advantage as we head to the fourth. This is Red Hound football on 107.3.
You know Mountain Dew is like no other soft drink on earth. That's because Mountain Dew is the boldest soft drink the world has ever seen. Today, Mountain Dew, the most iconic flavor in the history of soft drinks, has spawned a new generation of outrageously craveable flavors that share its glory, like Mountain Dew Major Melon, Mountain Dew Code Red, Mountain Dew Spark, Mountain Dew Voltage, and Mountain Dew Livewire. So here's to the neon royalty of Dew and the Dew flavors that have come after it, the boldest flavors on earth.
Thank you. Shotgun formation here for the Red Hounds as we start the fourth quarter. Corbin on top, 37-22. There's the give to Stevens. Looking for some room up front. Gets across the 35. That'll be about it. Gain of 2 there for Stevens, but some inspired running by Stevens, and give a lot of credit to the offensive line up front, opening up some holes.
That's right, doing a good job. And, you look at the front for the Bulldogs right there, had a 3-man front and defensive front, and then 4 backers in there. So, the Hounds look up, they see a 3-man front, they're going to run in between the tackles. So, like you said, good job up front by the Hounds offensive line and Cole Stevens.
2nd and 8 from the Hazard 35. On the end around, it'll be Person, and Person will get to about the 35, and that's about it, and it'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Yeah, just a little toss, kind of an RPO action around the right side. The big play, Trey Person, and unable to shake the defender loose. So, the Hounds a little bit behind the chains here. See if the Hounds can convert right here on 3rd down.
3rd and 8 here for Corbin from the Hazard 35. 2 wideouts to the right, 2 wideouts to the left. As you have Person lined up in the slot. Simon here by himself on the wide side of the field. Elam takes the snap. Looks across the middle of the field. Petrosky has the first down and will be tackled around the 20-yard line.
Man, I'll tell you what, again, we've talked about all night. Quarterback Cade Elam gets really good protection from the offensive line. Cade Elam gets his feet set, and then he finds number 23, Eli Petrosky, the big target right across the middle, fires that strike.
Red Hounds quickly back to the line of scrimmage. There's to give to Stevens, and no running room off the the left side of the offensive line.
Yeah,
and they've lost a yard on that play.
I think so, and that's a tough break for the Hounds. But again, that's one of those things. That run game, you just keep at it. You keep pounding. We saw the Hounds have pretty good success in the second half with the run game and Cole Stevens. So just keep at it right here.
10-11 and counting here in this third quarter. Corbin on top, 37-22. On the RPO, they'll swing it over to Creekmore at the 25. Use the blocker, cuts across the 20 at the 15, and will be still on his feet and just will not go down. I think
the ball may have come
the ball did come loose, and it stays with Corbin.
Yes, wow. Good break right there. And I loved how Colton Creekmore catches the ball out there on that little rocket screen to the right, uses his blockers, is a patient runner, and really kind of sets up his blocks right there to get that big play right there and create this 3rd and short right here for the Hounds.
Yeah, gain of 9. Gain of 9 on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 1 from the Hazard 12. And as Creekmore was fighting for that extra yardage, and I believe he may have came up with his own recovery. But here's Elam on the shotgun snap, running around the right side, inside the 5, down to maybe the 2. Thought he might have a chance to go in.
Yeah. And got some really good blocking around that right side. I mean, 9:50 to go in this fourth quarter. Hounds up 37-22. And Jason knocking on the door again. And I love to see, I mean, anytime it seems like the Hounds get close to the end zone, number 14, Cade Elam, gets the call to knock the door down and run in that end zone. And like you just said, we almost seen it right there.
First and goal from the 2. Elam under center. Everybody just bounced up near him, and they'll try the push. And I saw the official put his hands up for the touchdown, and it is a Corbin touchdown.
Yeah, good job right there. Fire the cannons. I'm telling you, shakes the ground a little bit. We love those cannon shots. And the Hounds really, really extend their lead. And with this extra point can pretty much double up the Bulldogs right here, extend their lead to 43-22 in this fourth quarter, 9 minutes and 33 seconds. And again, the Hounds get close. Number 14 going to carry the football in there and has done a great job in this football game and a great job leading the Hounds offense all season long. Touchdown, good hard-nosed touchdown right there by quarterback Cade Elam.
Corbin up 21, trying to make it 22 here with Sima's kick. As the Red Hounds have responded in this second half. Low snap, but the hold is good. And the kick is through the uprights. As Elam did a great job with that snap to get the ball on the turf for Sima. But the Hounds extend the lead to 22. 9:33 left in the game. Corbin 44. Hazard 22. This is Red Hound football on T107.3.
Hey, this is Sammy from Sammy's Furniture, and if you wake up every morning on the 20-yard line and feel like you can't make it to the end zone, that's because you're not sleeping on a mattress from Sammy's Furniture and Mattress. Guys, we got over 62 floor model mattresses, and they're in stock and ready to be taken home today. We'll help you find a mattress that won't break your back or your budget. We've got discounts when you pick it up, and 12 months same as cash financing if you need it, folks. At Sammy's Furniture and Mattress, we're open 7 days a week from 10 to 6. On Sundays from 12 to 5, you can score a touchdown with a mattress from Sammy's Furniture and Mattress. Come see us today.
Corbin has responded in a huge way here in this second half as they have put 23 unanswered on the board after being down 22-21 at the half. They now lead at 44-22 with 9:33 left to go in the game. Elam with the 1-yard touchdown plunge to put the advantage. As Sima will kick off for the Red Hounds, ball on the near hash, kicking from right to left. End over end kick, angling to the near side of the end zone, and that goes about 7 yards deep, and the Hazard Bulldogs will take over from their own 20.
Yeah, great job by Noah Sima kicking the football, getting another touchback. And, the Hounds down 1 point at the half. We wondered how the Hounds would come out. Of course, Coach Sammons and the coach staff make all kind of great adjustments at halftime, and the Hounds haven't disappointed. I mean, just, lights out offense, lights out defense. You couldn't draw up a better second half so far in this football game tonight for the Corbin Red Hounds.
In all facets of the game, special teams, pinned Hazard back at their own inside their 15 that led to a fourth down and led to the snap that went over the punter's head for safety for Corbin. And now making them start from their own 20 here to start the fourth quarter. And here comes Johnson across the 20 to the 22-yard line and violently taken down.
And of course, number 10 Griffin Bates, who's I'm trying to keep up with the tackles right there, but my goodness, been all over the field today, all over the field tonight.
15 tackles.
15 tackles, my goodness, just a great football game in the middle, setting the tone for the Red Hound defense by number 10 Griffin Bates.
They're just punishing tackles.
Yes.
I think they got the message, Coach, about physicality.
Lowering the boom. That's right.
Empty backfield for the Hounds, for Hazard. They'll swing it to Johnson, and they'll stop him inside the 25, the 23-yard line. That'll be a loss. Well, may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up third and long.
Yeah, Jace Hatfield, Silas Mahan in on that hit, and I'm telling you what, whatever defense adjustments that defense coordinator Coach Guido Allen made at halftime, my goodness, not a single point, almost not even a first down in the second half for the Bulldogs.
I believe they had one first down.
Yes.
Is what they have only been able to manage here. Just their third offensive series here in the second half, and it comes with 8:16 to go in the fourth. Pelfrey looking to pass. Johnson goes up and does not come down with it. Man, he made a great effort to try to come up with that football.
He did. I mean, Gavin Johnson showing why he's the receiver who he is, and Trey Person in on there, kind of forcing the issue a little bit. So really good job again by the Hounds, forcing this big fourth down.
4th and 6 from their own 24, and Pelfrey looks like he'll be in punt formation. Creekmore will be back for Corbin, standing on the far hash at his own 35-yard line.
Yeah, and Colton Creekmore having a good football game as well. We saw Colton Creekmore get the touchdown reception and been doing a great job in special teams, looking to return this punt right here.
Low snap, but Pelfrey handles it. Good punt. Creekmore's going to come up and take it at the 44. Angles to the far side.
There he goes.
Across the 40, has a seam. Hit at the 30 and knocked down maybe to the 29-yard line.
Man, big return right there. Colton Creekmore, kind of taking the advice, making one cut and go, and, man, knows how to get north and south in a hurry. Number 3, Colton Creekmore with a huge return to set up the Hounds offense right here late in this football game.
And Corbin will be set up with great field position here at their own the Hazard 27.
Yes.
Creekmore, he has had a game tonight.
Yes, he has. I mean, he's definitely one of those guys that fires some cannon shots tonight. I'm telling you, just doing a really good job and hitting the Madden joystick right there on that punt return, doing a great job as well. So Colton Creekmore offensively has been all over the place for the Corbin Red Hounds tonight.
What button do you push on that?
That's right.
Do you know what button you push on that?
I think you got to push the X button right there. That's right.
Two wide outs to the right, 2 wide outs to the left. They'll swing it over to Stevens out of the backfield.
There he goes.
And he steps out of one tackle at the 25, and just a great second effort to get inside the 20, down to around the 16, maybe the 17-yard line. There's a penalty marker back here at around the 28-yard line, and it's going to be holding against Corbin.
Yeah,
so negate a nice effort there by Stevens.
Yeah, huge effort right there. You said it right there, Jason. Just Cole Stevens gets the ball out in space and fights for that extra yards, that extra gain. But unfortunately for the Hounds, another flag right here going to come back and get the Hounds behind the chains. And the Hounds look to reset and see if they can add to this big lead.
That's 11 penalties.
11 penalties tonight. My goodness, yeah. You got to limit the penalties, and, the Hounds having success, but still, you got to clean up those penalties, no doubt about it.
Yeah, and you're at the midway part here, game 5 of your season. You would like to see those start to clean up. 2 wide outs to the left. It's Sima and Person. Sima out on an island here by himself if they want to look this way. 2 wide outs to the right. There's the snap. Elam looking towards Simon, now looking to the middle of the field. Still looking. Plenty of time. Points to go deep. Now he's going to throw it on the run. Tries to find Petrosky coming back across the field. And was that caught by the second receiver?
Wow.
Inside the 15-yard line.
Wow.
What a catch.
Creekmore.
That is Creekmore.
There you go.
With the catch.
Man.
It went through Petrosky's hands.
Yes.
And then it goes into the hands of Creekmore. Now the officials are having a discussion. Is it going to stand?
Yeah, I see a flag down over on the Hound sideline as well. So, man, what a crazy play right there.
Well, we had one pass ricochet off, but it ended up into Hazard's hand and ended up cashing in for points on that later on. This time, Corbin gets the first down.
Yes.
On the ricochet, and it's Creekmore coming up big again.
That's
How about
right.
the last couple plays? Great punt return.
Yeah.
And then that catch there.
Yeah, the ball's bounced the Hounds' way in this second half, no doubt about it.
1st and 10 for Corbin from the Hazard 14. There's Stevens on the handoff to
There's
the
that
left
run.
side, trying to find some room. He's at the 10, the 5, and will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Corbin.
Man, I like it right there, Jason. There's that Hounds running game, and the Hounds just pounding away. And again, we talked about it at halftime. We talked about in the third quarter, early in the fourth quarter, the Hounds running game will definitely take its toll on the Hazard Bulldogs, and we see it right there as number 27, Cole Stevens, catches, runs the football around that left side, gets north and south in a hurry, and does a great job.
Guys, Stevens started the second half with only 7 yards. He's just went over 100 yards.
My goodness.
Big increase for the second half.
Yes, huge second half for number 27, Cole Stevens.
That's a heck of a stat, Jeannie, right there. Simon's kick is through the uprights and good. And the Red Hounds are on top now, 51 to 22 after trailing by 1.
That's right.
Half.
Yeah.
They have put 30 unanswered here in this second half with 7:34 left to go in the game. This is Red Hound Football on T1073.
For over 56 years, Tri-County Cycle Sales and the Hart family have kept you on the trails with the biggest names in off-road adventure. Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, CF Moto. No matter which brand excites you the most, you'll always receive service after the sale when you purchase your next side-by-side, ATV, or motorcycle from the Hart family and Tri-County Cycle Sales. From southeastern Kentucky to parts of Tennessee and Virginia, your next off-road adventure starts with Tri-County Cycle Sales. Located at 8775 U.S. Highway 25 in Corbin, across from Kentucky Outdoorsman. Phone 606-528-4792.
And welcome back to Campbell Field as Corbin on top, 51 to 22. And JB, you talked about something to look for in this second half. Would this Red Hound team be able to wear down Hazard? And looks like it so far.
Yeah, done a great job of it. That's right.
Kick is away for Sama. It'll angle to the near side, and it'll get into the end zone, and the Bulldogs will start again from their own 20 with 7:34 left to go in the game. Corbin on top, 51 to 22. They've scored 30 unanswered in this second half.
Yeah, just doing a good job offensively, defensively, just the second half. The Hounds offense, defense, special teams have owned this second half. And just looking across the way in the student section, the push-up guy over there doing the push-ups for the 51 points, definitely getting tired and getting a good workout while the Hounds putting a lot of points on the board right here tonight.
Guy's got to look like Popeye by this time of the season, right?
That's right.
Red Hounds averaging over 36 a game and got 51 on the board tonight. Shotgun formation here for the Bulldogs. Pelfrey will take the snap, hand off to Memphis Blankenship, and he'll fight his way out to maybe the 22. 2nd and 8 coming up. And notice one thing, the Red Hounds have done a really good job in this second half of limiting first down games.
Yes, that's right. Anytime you can do that, you're going to set your defense up for success. I mean, if you can shut that first down within 1 or 2 yards, you're going to have set your defense up for success, and the Hounds have done just that.
2nd and 8 from their own 22. Shotgun snap. Pelfrey rolling to the near side. Pressure coming. Has to throw on the run. Has his man complete at the 29-yard line, and Corbin will drive him down there, and they are still – a little bit of a scuffle there at the end. Now the officials will blow it dead, as that was Holbrook on the catch for Hazard.
And Max Pelfrey doing a really good job. Hounds got good pressure, rolls out to the right, and delivers a strike to Holbrook. So, again, we see why Max Pelfrey, is who he is for the Bulldogs. So, but I tip my hat to the Hounds defense. They've done a great job in this second half, finding number 14, Gavin Johnson, and really shutting down Gavin Johnson, the big wide receiver for the Bulldogs in this second half.
Pass was complete to the 30, good enough for the first down. New set of downs here for Hazard.
There we go.
Back. Blankenship on the carry, and he'll get to the 30 now. Penalty markers come in. About a couple fall. And I got a feeling this may be going against Red Hounds, I believe.
I think so.
They were watching that, I do believe. And so unsportsmanlike against Corbin.
Yeah, and I think that's just unfortunately another penalty to tack on there. That's 12 penalties tonight, Jason, on the Hounds. So again, Hounds having big success, playing well, but somehow, some way, you got to limit those penalties because down the road, that's the kind of things that can really put you in a bad way.
Drive extenders and drive killers. And
that's right.
Now it's a drive extender for a Hazard. 6:25 left to go here in the game. Corbin on top, 51-22. But as you said, you want to play a good, clean football game all the way through. Here comes pressure off the backside.
There we go.
And they'll wrap up Blankenship here right around the 47-yard line. And there's a penalty marker coming in late. Looked like the Hazard player may have taken a little bit of a shot at Salmons.
Yeah.
We'll see if that's how the official saw it. That's kind of what I saw coming into the play.
Yeah, I'll see how this penalty shakes out. But, I've noticed in this second half, Coach, defense coordinator Coach Guy Allen has brought pressure. He's brought Tatum Cox off the edge, blitzing the Bulldogs a lot in this second half. So
we're going to have 2 penalties here. So we have 2 penalties there, both personal fouls.
Yeah.
They offset. So I guess the official saw the first one maybe and also the retaliation. Usually the second guy is the one that always gets caught, if that was what came in there.
Yeah, usually the second guy, you're right, is the one that gets it, but offsetting penalties, so reset right here and see what happens for the Red Hound defense.
2nd and 10 coming up here for Hazard from their own 47. They'll swing it out to Holbrook here to the near side. And again, good contained by this Corbin defense as they will knock Holbrook out of bounds after just a short gain.
Yeah,
the Hounds started long.
I think so. Hounds defense doing a good job. Of course, the Bulldogs going kind of to the short side of the field, their own sideline right there, so not a lot of room to run in there once you catch that football. And the Hounds doing a good job using the sideline as their friend and getting the receiver out of bounds for the Bulldogs.
One wide out to the left, which is the wide side of the field for Hazard. Ball on the near hash, moving from left to right. 3 receivers bunched here to the near side. But Pelfrey rolls to the far side now, looks across the middle, throws it up, and Salmons almost gets one hand on it. Incomplete, and a 4th down coming up here, 4th and 8.
Yeah, and I got to tip her hat right there to the Hounds defensive backs. I mean, Gavin Johnson got loose a little bit in the first half and made some plays. But I tell you what, in the second half, the Hounds defensive backs and really the complete defense has done a really good job, to set up the Hounds defensively, offensively, and the special teams.
Penalty marker comes in, as you were talking there, JB. And in the vicinity of Nashawn Brooks. And he's got his hands up like, what did I say? What did I do? And it's going to be an unsportsmanlike. So instead of 4th and 8 on this, it's going to extend the drive. So second time on this drive that this has happened to Corbin. And it's, right now it's a 51-22 game. So not that big of a deal, but
you got
in a closer game, these things can come back to haunt you.
That's right.
I think Coach Salmons wants to take a timeout and talk with his guys as well, or is he wanting to talk with official? I think he's wanting to talk with the official, like what exactly is going on here? What can I say to my team?
That's right.
What are you seeing? What are you hearing? Because a couple of these things here have come, and I don't think he's liking the explanation right now. We'll take a quick timeout here. 5:28 left in the game. Corbin on top of Hazard, 51-22. This is T1073.
Need auto repairs? Then you need Owens Auto Repair. Owens offers a wide variety of parts and services. You'll find all the top name brand batteries and tires to a full line of truck and auto parts. Utility beds, Sherman-Williams auto paint, weather guard toolboxes, custom-made hydraulic hoses, and yes, service work for cars, trucks, and RVs. Whether it's auto repairs or just a battery or new tires, Owens Auto Repair has you covered. Owens Auto Repair, serving you for more than half a century. Located just down from Corbin High School on Cumberland Falls Highway in Corbin.
Welcome back to Campbell Field as Coach Salmon's taking a time out there to kind of get an explanation for the official. I don't think he liked the explanation, but I had a chance there maybe to get with the team and say, guys, whatever you're doing, just don't say anything at this point in time. Don't give them any opportunity to throw a flag. Shotgun formation, 1st and 10 for Hazard from the Corbin 37 after the penalty. Pressure breaking down. Pelfrey rolling to the near side. Throws across his body. Has a receiver coming back to the ball. Complete at the 16-yard line, and it's a 1st down for the Bulldogs. Pelfrey really has a lot of poise, doesn't he, JB?
He does. I mean, just rolling out to the right. We saw him roll out to the right earlier in the football game and deliver a strike, and he did just that right there. So, Max Pelfrey, a really good quarterback right here that we're seeing for the Bulldogs.
5:05 left here in the game. Corbin on top, 51-22.
There we go.
Blankenship, and he'll be tackled after about a couple-yard gain. It'll bring up 2nd and 8.
think it looked like Luke Hatfield in on that hit for the Hounds defense. And, the Hounds, even on the balls that Max Pelfrey has completed, the Hounds have been in really good coverage. So, the Hounds playing well, of course. Big lead, 51-22 in this fourth quarter. Jason, just 4.5 minutes to go. So, Hounds really in command. But like you said a minute ago, you want to finish the game clean. You want to finish the game smart. And Hounds trying to get out of here and do just that.
2nd and 8 for Hazard from the Corbin 16. Ball on the near hash. They'll send a man in motion from left to right.
Wow!
That is Johnson on the carry. It looked like Mahan met him and dropped him in his tracks.
Man, I tell you, a huge hit right there by number 47, outside linebacker for the Hounds, Silas Mahan. I mean, he was coming like a cannon shot, if you will, off the edge, and, man, really lowered the boom right there on the Bulldogs.
Loss of 3 on the play makes it 3rd and 11 from the Corbin 19 as we are under the 4-minute mark here in the game. 2 wideouts to the left, 2 wideouts to the right. Shotgun formation. They'll send a man in motion from right to left, and it's Walls. And they're looking for the end zone, and there'll be a penalty marker come in. It's going to be pass interference, I believe, the call on Nashawn Brooks. Looked like he had really good coverage there.
Yeah.
And if the officials saw it differently, that'll be first and go half the distance to the go.
Yeah, another tough break right there. I thought the Hounds were sitting pretty good in good position, but unfortunately get a tough break right there and another flag. So I think we're up around into the teens, 15 flags. So, man.
Well, you go back to a couple of the unsportsmanlike
that were offsetting
penalties that could have killed the drive. Because one of those came on 4th and long.
That's right. I think 2.
Extended play, 2 of them, yes.
Yeah, in this drive alone. So, Hounds, having a tough time with the flags right here.
So pass interference will be the penalty, and it'll be 1st and goal. Well, no, after the penalty, it's going to be 3rd and 1.
Wow, looks like it, yeah. I guess half the distance, right, just with the chains.
So not an automatic first down on that. So 3rd and 1 from the Corbin 9. There's Blankenship. I don't know if the second effort got him the yardage that he needed or not. It'll depend on the spot.
Yeah, be really close right here. And, of course, getting off the pile, on the bottom pile for the Hounds, number 10, Griffin Bates.
It is a first down for the Bulldogs. 3:36 left in the game. Corbin on top 51-22, but Hazard trying to put some more points on the board here.
Yeah, and if you're the Hounds, like you just said, I mean, not a big deal, but you want to get out of this football game in the second half, not allowing any points. So definitely, the Hounds want to keep the Bulldogs out of the end zone right here.
Shotgun formation, 3 wideouts here, bunched to the near side. Pressure coming off the edge for Corbin. They'll fake the pitch. Now looking to pass, and has a man inside in the end zone. It'll be incomplete. Salmon's there on the coverage for Corbin, and that was full with the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 8. And to your point, JB, spoken like a true coach.
That's right.
Coaches don't necessarily live and die by the scoreboard. They're living and dying by each play here and each sequence and each series.
That's right. Yeah, you want to win the battle. The Hounds have definitely won the battle in the second half, and I mean, you want to have momentum, and the Hounds definitely want to keep the Bulldogs out of the end zone. Hatfield did a great job putting pressure on quarterback Max Pelfrey right there.
Pelfrey from the gun takes the snap, rolling to the far side, looking to pass. Jump ball situation. It's going to end up in Johnson's hands.
Yeah.
It looked like Brooks was right there.
Yes.
With it. Looked like they both came down with it, but I think that the tie goes to the receiver.
I think so.
And Johnson with his 3rd touchdown catch of the night.
Yeah, and nothing against, like you said, Nashawn Brooks right there in coverage doing a good job, but the jump ball goes up, and we saw earlier in the football game with the jump ball, Gavin Johnson won that one in the first half, and right there, the jump ball again, Gavin Johnson showing why he is Gavin Johnson, makes the good catch in the corner of the end zone for the Bulldogs.
2-point conversion coming up here for Hazard. From the gun, takes the snap, rolling to the near side. Here comes pressure off there, and they'll trip up Pelfrey, and just a nice job there by Jonah Mahan. Coming off that left edge untouched and finish the job.
And we've seen the Hounds, again, Tayton Cox applying pressure on the blitz, and right there, of course, finishing the job, number 28, Jonah Mahan. So the Hounds have definitely sent pressure in this second half, and right there we see the pressure pay off by number 28, Jonah Mahan.
51-28, Corbin on top of Hazard, 3:02 left in the game. This is Red Hound football on T107.3.
Hey, this is Sammy from Sammy's Furniture, and if you wake up every morning on the 20-yard line and feel like you can't make it to the end zone, that's because you're not sleeping on a mattress from Sammy's Furniture and Mattress. Guys, we got over 62 floor model mattresses, and they're in stock and ready to be taken home today. We'll help you find a mattress that won't break your back or your budget. We've got discounts when you pick it up and 12 months same as cash financing if you need it, folks. At Sammy's Furniture and Mattress, we're open 7 days a week from 10 to 6. On Sundays from 12 to 5, you can score a touchdown with a mattress from Sammy's Furniture and Mattress. Come see us today.
Okay. Yeah, next week's Johnson Central, I think.
Hazard put some points on the board again. It is Johnson, their talented wide receiver, with an 8-yard touchdown reception from Pelfrey, another jump ball situation, and Johnson wins this battle.
Yes.
2 of those battles he's won
That's right.
Resulted in touchdowns. 80-yard drive there by Hazard. Took about 4 minutes off the clock and was really aided in part by Corbin's penalties extending the drive. There's the kick, sends Akins back inside his 15, angles to the far side across the 30. Now to the 40, trying to get a seam on the outside, and it'll be knocked out of bounds. Looks like they're going to mark him right around the 45 as the officials quickly over there, and they'll bring keep the cooler heads there. It's been a little chippy here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, the Bulldogs have been pushed around by the Hounds in this second half. So, again, tip your hat to the Red Hounds, and a really good return right there by number 30, Clay Akins, getting around that right side.
Got a Hazard coach almost to the hash marks there, well outside the numbers. And
wow.
No flag thrown whatsoever.
Wow. Wow.
1st and 10 for Corbin from their own 47 with 2:52 left here in the game. Corbin on top, 51-28. Stevens off the right side and gets to the 47, no more. And that'll be no gain. I think they should mark his forward progress there. Not really sure where this one line judge was going.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, moving backwards right here. So, yeah, just a yard or two gain up in there for Cole Stevens. But, again, the clock definitely the friend for the Hounds with this big lead late in this fourth quarter.
So no gain on the play, 2nd and 10 coming up for Corbin. 2:22 and counting in the game, up 51-28. As the Red Hounds, they were up a couple scores there with about 5 minutes to go until halftime. And then Hazard came back with 14 points.
Yes.
To take a 1-point lead at 22-21, but second half has belonged to the Red Hounds. Here's Stevens off the left side, using his blockers, now bounces to the outside and gets to the Hazard 47-yard line.
A really good run right there around the left side, almost stacked up right there, Cole Stevens, but does a little jump cut to the outside and gets some positive yards. So, again, 3rd down right here for the Hounds. Hounds looking to convert and keep this clock moving right here.
A gain of 5 on the run play for Stevens makes it 3rd and 5 from the Hazard 48. And Corbin in no hurry here, 18 on the play clock, 1:52 on the game clock. 2 wide outs to the right, 2 wide outs to the left. Now they'll move Stevens from his right to his left, and Stevens goes off the right side. Barreling his way down to the 45, maybe the 44, and be very close to the line to gain.
Yeah, I think
it's going to be 4th down. They're going to actually say he went down at the 45-yard line. Didn't think got a very favorable spot there, JB.
Yeah, exactly. Thought he had another yard or two there, but definitely going to be short right here.
2 wide outs to the right, 2 wide outs to the left. 4th and 2 for Corbin. 1:26 on the game clock. Now they'll look to the sideline, and you think they'll bleed this play clock as close as they can.
Yeah, I think so. Just going to run the clock down right here.
And there, as we say that, there's the snap. And there goes to Stevens off the right side, and he has the 1st down. Needed 2, and I think he ended up with 3.
Yeah, move the chains, almost catching the Bulldogs, off balance a little bit, if you will, because, you're thinking the Hounds going to run the clock down, but my goodness, they snapped the football and moved the chains. So in a hurry right there, the Hounds pick up the 1st down.
Well, right here in this last 1 minute, you just want to try
Yes.
to get out of this game.
Yes.
Keep your head. Don't get baited into saying anything.
That's right.
You got bigger fish to fry on down the line. Don't
That's
want
right.
any ejections or anything else, but it looks like Corbin now lining up in that victory formation as they can. Hazard does have, I think they've got 2 timeouts left actually in this half. They wanted to stop the clock, but I don't think that they will, as there is the kneel down by Elam with 32 seconds left. And time they'll start the play clock, it's going to be done. So that's going to end it here.
That's right.
From Campbell Field, as Corbin is going to come up with a 51-28 victory over the Hazard Bulldogs. For Corbin, they'll now see their record bounce back to 4-1 on the season, and Hazard will see their record drop to 4-2. And JB, just maybe a tale of 2 halves.
I think so. That's right. Good word right there. The Hounds down 1 point at halftime, and you look at this football game, after winning 40 straight regular season games, in regular season, catch a tough break last week, so you wondered how the Hounds would respond. And I tell you what, like you just said, a tale of 2 halves. Hounds come out here, establish the Red Hound dominance in the second half, running the football, throwing the football. The Bulldogs early in this third quarter couldn't even hardly pick up a first down against the Hounds defense. So the Hounds come out and really play a really good, solid football in all 3 phases to pick up this win tonight. And I think, Jason, an important win, because you wonder, we talked about it, you wonder how the Hounds, come off that first loss in 40 football games in regular season, how they would respond. Well, they responded really well tonight, picking up this win against the Hazard Bulldogs.
You don't want 1 to become 2.
That's
and 2
right.
Become
That's right.
3, right? You want to get back on the other side.
That's right.
And make that winning become a streak again. So congratulations to the Corbin Red Hounds on a nice victory here tonight over a very good Hazard football team who came in very inspired and something to prove. But the Red Hounds outscored Hazard 30-6 in that second half.
Huge.
To take control. 51-28 is your final. Corbin with the win. When we come back, we'll take a look at some stats. We'll also have Bubby's Barbecue players of the game for Corbin. And we'll be right back. You're listening to Red Hound Football on T1073.
For over 56 years, Tri-County Cycle Sales in the Hart family have kept you on the trails with the biggest names in off-road adventure. Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, Yamaha, CF Moto. No matter which brand excites you the most, you'll always receive service after the sale when you purchase your next side-by-side, ATV, or motorcycle from the Hart family in Tri-County Cycle Sales. From southeastern Kentucky to parts of Tennessee and Virginia, your next off-road adventure starts with Tri-County Cycle Sales. Located at 8775 U.S. Highway 25 in Corbin, across from Kentucky Outdoorsman. Phone 606-528-4792.
Ever heard the phrase big enough to serve you, small enough to know you? It's true at Hometown Bank. From the easy-to-use mobile app to online banking and even bill pay, Hometown Bank has everything you need to make banking easier. Whether you need to make a mobile deposit or would rather stop in and see a friendly, smiling face in person, Hometown Bank is here and ready to help. Stop in and find out how easy working with a Hometown Bank can be. Visit the Hometown Bank nearest you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Corbin Red Hounds were up on Hazard in the first half there, 21-8 with 5 minutes to go until halftime. And then the Bulldogs were able to come back and score 14 unanswered right before the half, and kind of had Red Hound Nation a little uncomfortable.
A little nervous, that's right.
As Hazard went to the locker room up 22-21, and I'm sure that when people saw that score pop up online at halftime, a lot of eyeballs were looking at that. But give a lot of credit to the Corbin Red Hounds and the coaching staff for coming back out, outscoring Hazard 30-6. And they set the tone early there in that third quarter, JB.
Huge second half. And, again, we just talked about it, but we saw it all night long in the second half. Just special teams, Noah Sama, setting the Hounds up with the touchbacks. The offense firing on all cylinders with the big plays. And then even got, like we've talked about in the pregame show, the running game got going in the second half. Cole Stevens pounding the rock as well. And then quarterback Cade Elam, running the football, throwing the football, just being Cade Elam. So, great to see the Hounds come out in that second half and really set the tone. And then the Hounds defense played lights out, against a really good offensive football team in the Hazard Bulldogs.
And I believe Jenny may have some halftime halftime stats. The end of game stats.
That's right. There we go.
I might have taken a nap during the game. Who knows? But Jenny, some impressive numbers there for this Corbin team, especially in that second half.
That's right.
I know that stat that you gave us during the game with Stevens, the rushing yards first half versus second half was unbelievable.
Just amazing, the change. Elam ended up with 15 of 18 passes for 249 yards with 4 touchdowns, had the 1 interception. Stevens had 3 carries and 7 yards at the half, ended up with 19 carries for 112 yards. Akins ended up with 2 carries for 15 yards, and Elam ran the ball 4 times for 26 yards and had 2 touchdowns on those.
That's right.
Yeah, and then Sama, 5 receptions for 115 yards, 2 touchdowns. Petrosky, 3 receptions for 31 yards. Creekmore, 4 receptions for 81 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then Person had 3 receptions for 22 yards. So just a big change in that second half.
And Jason, just to tag in on that, what it stands out to me right there with those stats, you see Osama, you see quarterback Katie and Cole Stevens with the running game, but just speaks to me to the weapons. All the weapons that the Hounds offense has. You just, wherever you want to look, the Hounds offense has a lot of weapons, and and that's the reason you look at that scoreboard and there's 51 points on it right now.
Yeah, just a great effort, and I think if you do anything, you circled this game depending on how the season goes from here, but I think this was a great character building moment for this team, going in down 22-21 at the half. Frustration a little bit maybe setting in, but I think that the players responded and they came out with that Corbin pride and took care of business.
Yeah, and we're just going to talk about, too, our Bubby's Barbecue players of the game right here. I mean, Jenny mentioned, and you talked about it, the X Factor back, Colton Creekmore, catching a football, running a football. And, man, Colton Creekmore's huge in special teams, returning punts, returning kickoffs. So Colton Creekmore, the Bubby's Barbecue offensive player of the game. And then right here, Jenny just gave me the stats, Jason. Griffin Bates, the Bubby's Barbecue defensive player of the game, 17 tackles on the night. So a great job, man, in the middle of the Corbin Red Hound defense. So Griffin Bates, your Bubby's Barbecue defensive player of the game tonight as well.
Coach Simmons wanted his team to be more physical. That was one of the things that was a point of emphasis this week. And I think that they passed the test. Because I think about those 18 tackles, that doesn't necessarily that tells the story, but, man, he put on some shots on some people here tonight. Well, our next broadcast will be JB and Jenny at the Coach's Show.
That's right.
There at Cinema Social on Monday night at 7 o'clock. So tune in there, and you can hear the coach's thoughts about this game and the upcoming game, and also get to meet a couple of the Red Hound players as well. Our next game broadcast will be Friday night, and we'll be on the road as we'll be traveling to Johnson County to take on the Johnson Central Eagles, and that is going to be one heck of a football game.
Yes.
Johnson Central in 4A, one of the top teams in 4A, and of course a couple of years ago they kind of ended the Corbin playoff run here, and so that's going to be a tough game. 2 good programs going at it.
Yeah,
Friday night.
You talk about a physical football team. I mean, that's what Johnson Central is. I mean, they like to be physical at the point of attack, offensively and defensively. And I think the Hounds took a step in getting physical tonight. So, man, should be a double chin strap game, if you want to say it. You got to bring your chin strap ready to go next Friday night as the Eagles and the Hounds going to go at it. That's for sure.
I'm going to unbuckle my chin strap here
that's right.
tonight and tell everybody we certainly appreciate everybody joining us here for Red Hound football on T107.3. And so I want to thank everybody here, my broadcast partner, Jeff Barnett, Jenny Barnett on stats and taking good care of us up here. Eric Taylor back at the station at the studio controls, and then our sideline reporter, Eliana, who just does a fabulous job getting those interviews of pregame and halftime interviews for us here on T107.3. So we thank everybody involved. And again, your final, Corbin 51, Hazard 28. I'm Jason Koger saying good night and God bless.